looking up multiple times in the night.
Oh my god, the webcams aren't even on.
Oh.
No! Yeah, they're like not pointed in the right
It's
direction.
not my fault. OBS did new stupid things.
It's my first day.
Doing new stupid
I
things.
get it fixed.
Is my-
I get it fixed.
Is my hair okay? Because
Hair's
I've got
fine.
real crazy hat hair.
Oh.
No, it's
Hat
great.
on or hat off?
I'd go off, but only because.
It is a little like you got a fluffy
I've got-
bit and then you got a flat bit. So I'd maybe like
rolling up
my
your work.
personal hat hair preference. I would leave it on, but I think it'd be
Yeah.
okay either way.
I'll be number one dad.
I could be like with you because I got helmet hair. So.
Yeah.
Hello,
They found me in the Abbey. Kill me.
Oh no.
Kill me.
So I was once like you.
And then they
And
I
my
took an arrow to
life.
the knee.
they sewed me into this
Alright,
walrus
cool.
outfit.
Well,
I
let's
can't
make sure
get
we're-
out.
Story, bro.
I was just making
I think
sure I'm
that's
making a
just
tusk
A
pull.
lot of tusk, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, and we are now live with all our cams
That
on.
fucking movie.
Yay.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
everybody. Yay. It's
No.
Tuesday.
Is it
We're
Tuesday
back.
yet?
It's
We
Tuesday.
gotta find our own
Tuesday.
thing.
I know, yeah.
Tuesday.
Well, my whole
Gotta
thing is
get
we'll see
down
you in
on
one minute.
Tuesday. There
Yeah.
we go. We did it.
Right? Like, that's my thing every time I introduce an episode. Anyways, hi, everybody. We're back.
Hey,
Yay.
Dad.
Oh, wow.
Us. Yeah, we are back after a week with one extra day because we started up last week on a Monday instead
My
of
least
Tuesday.
favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot,
I
yeah,
hate
that's
Mondays.
One extra
that
player
makes
here.
sense against
Me and
why.
Garfield
Yeah.
both.
And then, on Tuesday, everybody back except for, unfortunately, Amanda playing the lovely Allura.
She rolled so high on her stealth roll. Alright.
Ah, this guy.
We love you, Amanda.
Wow, all three people just signed off.
Right here.
She's in Alberta. It's the same thing as being invisible.
It's true.
You know what? Yeah.
Sorry,
Fair.
Alberta.
Sorry,
Love ya.
Alberta.
I'm
You
named
get
after a town in you.
Oh, bam!
Ooh.
I actually rolled 20 on a burn.
I feel like it's a good thing. to
Oh
be
God,
Dicecream.
Alberta, you've just been burned.
Jesus, we're fucking rolling.
Yeah.
It's getting real Letterkenny up in here, you guys.
Jordy, you were
You
saying
know,
something.
there was something I wanted to do the other day.
A lot of us are very delirious and acting strange, so it's gonna make for a great session.
Yes, today's
Yeah.
going to be all of the good.
It's gonna be some
I was
weird
coming back from
RPG.
Toronto.
Yeah, you were in Toronto for a week,
hmm
partying every day.
Yeah, my friend's wedding. It was hard.
That was not the direction I thought those were going to go.
Well,
Just take them out and say your piece. Just shove them in.
I was
Start
kind of
chewing through
hoping
the
you were
words.
going to shove them up your nose.
I was waiting for that too, actually.
Yeah.
I was just like, you have two sticks, you have two orifices. Let's do the math.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah.
Oh, someone's going to breathe well tonight.
Gotta get a little bit of lemon pepper spice on that.
They're
Guys,
mint.
this isn't what the
They're
stream usually
mint.
is.
Yeah, if you're refreshing.
Yeah.
It clears the airwaves.
They're matchmakers.
What's
British
the-
candy.
Oh, they're British candy?
Yeah,
Oh,
I brought
okay.
them back from a
I'll have
previous
to have
time.
one then. I'll
They're
list
Right, because
fast
you've been
pass.
away for a
'Cause
goddamn
Yeah,
that's very
how long
special.
Have you gone for now?
Million years.
What have you gone for?
My last session was session 31. So,
Okay, so you missed two.
yeah.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
We skipped one that nobody
We
did.
skipped like
Yeah, it's
4.
true. We skipped
Yeah.
one that no one was here at all.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we've had.
And
like,
then, yeah,
August
last-
has been a bit of a topsy-turvy month. for us,
Yeah,
to
and
say
yeah,
the
because
least.
last week I arrived back on the Monday because my flight was delayed 26 hours.
Oh,
Oh.
right. God, I saw that.
So yeah, so I came back on like the Monday. I got back to my flat at 3 p.m. and I was like, no,
I want
can't
to
do-
leave.
I can't
I
do
don't want
this.
to do this.
Not after a long haul flight from London.
Yeah.
Well, last session was relatively uneventful.
It was
overall.
fun, though.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was like there was some cool stuff. That
Back
ended
to
up
our
happening.
old antics.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened.
Antics are coming.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, we're not even in character yet.
But in
Yeah.
the meantime, I think we're good to go ahead and jump into tonight's episode. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm already plugged, so let's get it.
Yeah.
I will see you guys in 1 minute. fresh Krispy Kreme.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we are back.
In it.
I was like, I will fight you on this donut
Yeah.
talk, but
No,
let's go to the
honestly,
game.
No,
Hardham's
okay,
Donuts
sorry.
is the best.
Sorry.
Let's just. Can
I'll
we...
say the best Timbit I've ever had
Okay.
by far. And
Timbits are
Y'all gotta go to
donut bars.
Honey's.
Timbits are
yo.
donuts. For those of you who...
Yes, right, Jesse.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Uh,
Kat.
but
Alright, I'm ready to no
Yeah.
cap on donuts a little later. Let's
Okay,
get into
okay,
it.
okay.
Gloves coming off.
The Shawmaster is ready.
last we left off, the party having made their way through a series of villages, other towns within the lands of Barovia, eventually found themselves at the Wizard of Wine's winery, whereupon they found a series of druids and
Poop druids.
poop druids.
Poop druids.
They were
were covered in
really
poop.
poopy.
Oh, yeah.
Hashtag poop
And
druid.
dozens of assorted blight creatures, assorted plant-based entities that seem to have been raised in some way and were being used to overtake the winery. Eventually defeating the druids who were there, following a path south, they eventually found their way to what was referred to as one of the Gulthias trees, a type of tree that they had been searching for quite some time. Making their way up the side of a hill that will eventually lead to the tree, they found a ritual.
Burning Man.
You're about to get to that.
Whatever the fuck that is.
Our version of the man.
We
They found a ritual taking place with a
Tech
series of
bros.
druids, very large, brutish humans, and the devil himself, Strahd, overseeing the proceedings, astride his nightmare flaming black horse.
That I punched a lot.
That you
That I
did
kind of
punch.
want to tame for myself, but
Crush on
Successfully
Yeah,
interrupting the
for real.
ritual, killing all of the
Stop.
druids and all of the brutish humans that were there, Strahd decided it was in his best interest to flee, leaving you to destroy the statue that was attempting to be summoned or incarnated in some way. Removing the gem that you were told to retrieve, finding your way down to the Gulthias tree, spending a lot of time making sure that the thing that you found was the thing that you were supposed to find.
yeah.
I just want to make sure.
And eventually
Like a book or something.
hacking and burning the tree to the ground, destroying all of the root systems, and finally completely removing it from part of the ecosystem in and around the winery. Your group then made your way back to the winery, presented the gem back to its rightful owners, people who owned the winery itself, and then made your way back, slowly but surely, to the village of Vallaki.
Yeah.
Back to where all of these adventures really first started.
Also, we stole 5 of their diamonds, but did not take their gold.
Oh,
So I feel like that was like a slight moral win for us.
Didn't we like
Yeah.
buy back a horse? Didn't we
With
buy
their
their
own
horse with their own money?
diamonds.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. But not with their diamonds.
Not with their diamonds, but
We
you,
paid our own gold. We
So-
left their gold in there.
sorry, you gave them the gold equivalent of the diamonds that you took for
Yeah,
the
I'm not
So we
gonna-
basically stole the horse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
Basically.
saying, look,
Good.
I had no
that
objections.
does not sound the most lawful
I
thing.
think that Hope argued
What,
with us, and we
lawful
were kind of
neutral?
like,
That's fine.
and we kind of said that it was in Barovia's best interest to have
Okay.
the means for us to resurrect our party to continue the fight against Strahd.
Sure.
Eh?
Tracks.
Whatever you
I'll
say.
be honest, I'm getting a
Moral
little tired of
discussions.
playing neutral boring, so.
Oh,
Exactly.
shit.
So, eventually making your way back to the village of Vallaki, checking in with a few of the old favorites. From
The gang.
The gang, as it were. You decided to bed down for the evening after exchanging some items with one of the local people there who has quite the selection of things. Deciding to re-outfit yourselves a little bit and get a few things that you might need moving forward. You decided to bed down for the evening at the Blue Water Inn, and that was last where we left off. Now, is there anything anybody would like to do before finally going to sleep?
The hair breeding thing going on.
I think I'm in my
Still
own
that
room
dick
as
going?
well,
You
right?
are, because the doctor is in his own room.
Yes,
Did I-
he is.
Okay, I don't.
Did
You
I-
guys don't need to.
Did I get that barrel full of water?
You would be able to purchase one if you wanted to.
Yeah, I want a
It
bath.
cost you 4 silver pieces.
That's fine.
Yeah, and you would be able to. They would bring you up a full barrel sealed, so you could just uncork the barrel basically and just dive right in, no issues at all.
It's like a water shortage in Barovia.
Oh, Emma, something we did want to tell you is that we decided as a group to. We only had 3 identification sheets
pages.
left.
Pages?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we sold it back to what's his face again? What's his name?
Carl.
again?
Carl.
Carl.
Oh, Carl.
And then, or we sort of traded it for one with 13 and gave him
The the difference in gold.
The difference in gold. So I think we had some stuff to trade him, so it came out to 100 gold each for the party. Mm-hmm. If you don't feel comfortable with that, Amanda and I said we would, or Allura and Elite said they would put up for you.
I will probably. I had some pills that were worth 100 each. So
can they use that as like a straight?
Or
do we have to find somewhere for them to trade it in?
Specifically.
yeah,
Okay.
because otherwise I
So you
do
have to
not
cash
have
those
coins.
in.
That's fine. I think we put money down, or I think Allura put money down for you, and then we said if you couldn't do that, or if you weren't comfortable with it, then we just kind of wanted to make the decision.
Wealthy
So
families in the city.
yeah, we could always just like
Burn their houses.
see what
And
happens
take
Oh
this
my
stuff.
god.
this session.
Because they are assholes and we don't
Yeah, no,
No,
I
I don't
have.
like them at
yeah,
all.
I didn't. I only
You're
had
right.
10 gold pieces or
Oh, no,
4 pills
friend.
with 100 each.
That's okay. No worries.
Travel pretty light.
We'll sort that out later down the road. But for
Mostly
now,
a
we'll just
credit
let it ride.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I spent money on because it looks like I had 110, but I have 10. Either that or just I erased it and rewrote it so many times.
Maybe.
I
don't
mean,
know.
you didn't take any. None of us really took any gold from the werewolf den, which is where.
Oh,
the
that's
last
where I
one.
got
I
the
like
pills.
this.
Yeah.
I've got like
I know you took it
Oh,
all.
You took
man.
10.
Kind of like
Sugar Daddy Dryden. What's
There's
Yeah.
gonna be that point where we all get to leave Barovia, and then there's the guy who's like, "No, not you, son. You
I'll fight you for it.
Anyway,
All right, moving on.
thanks everyone. Sorry, just wanted to
Yeah, no, thank you for cluing
catch
me
Em
in
up
on
on that. I don't have anything I want to do tonight. I think eventually I want to go back to the outfitters and buy more arrows and stuff.
Okay. Easily enough to do the following day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we go to bed,
Mhm.
I'll take up the spear
Mhm.
and just
I don't know.
take it a little.
You kind of hit yourself in the head with a little, trying to see if anything's there.
Nothing.
No responses of any kind.
Alright. Put it in the bark just in case.
The wood gets a little wet.
It'll be fine.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I know. I'm glad I'm not the only one
What
whose mind went there.
Wood doesn't.
Let me undo this top button.
Alrighty.
Things are getting feisty.
So, everybody heading to sleep. A restful sleep, back in the same comfort that you're used to. Waking up the following morning, going downstairs, eventually seeing Danica. Fairly usual people that you're used to seeing. The two brothers being there as well. Yevgeny
Oh, yeah.
and Zoldar.
My bros.
Your bros. Having their early breakfast and then quickly departing, all their hunting gear on their backs. Fairly standard day, it seems, for the village of Vallaki. All of you descending, having a bite of breakfast included with your rooms, of course. Eventually departing from the inn for the day. You do notice one thing that is a little bit odd. There does seem to be a slightly higher presence of guards moving throughout the city. You're not entirely sure why, but definitely more so than what you're used to. Typically, they are more posted at the entrances to the village, specifically along the ramparts of the walls and the gates. But there does appear to be a few more in and around the village.
Well, doesn't the doctor go out of his way yesterday to wander around mentioning that the vampire
Try to
spawn?
spurge up your vampire
I mean-
propaganda.
I didn't leave the hotel.
You said it to, what's his face? The toy maker, Blinsky.
We should go visit our good friend.
Yeah.
What does this guy have? Okay, fine.
We can murder him.
Alright, so we're out. Are we
You're
in
on
the
the
tavern or are we outside?
You're
I think we
outside.
should go
Okay,
check
fine.
in on Ismark and Irina.
That's probably a very good idea. I don't trust them in the...
We've also heard that Ismark has been
Oh yeah, Ismark's
eating his failings.
he's gone thicko mode.
Oh,
I feel like we need to bring Irina and Ismark to a safer place. Clearly, Vallaki isn't.
Well, I think we should at least check in with them and see how they're doing.
Might as well.
And maybe they have information for us for what's been going on in the Burgomaster's house
So
since
you
we've
will
been
catch
gone.
up on the news of all Vallaki.
Something like that. I mean, Irina's... She's kind of innocent, but she might have something.
The more
Let's
information,
go.
the better at this point.
Yeah.
Let's go pop by our old friend Vargas.
Check it out.
Vargas?
Vargas Vallaki.
yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
name of the burger
Or
man.
You know they're gonna have to rename the town if he's the burgomaster
I'm
anymore.
okay with that. We'll call it Doctorville.
That really rolls off the tongue.
Alrighty, so making your way south out of the Blue Water Inn, eventually finding your way down to the Burgomaster's mansion. Standard, usual postage of guards outside. There does appear to be a little bit more commotion in and around the training area. A few more guards being brought in there. being equipped with assorted weapons. But other than that, nothing really out of the ordinary.
Can I ask one of the guards what's up? Because it just looks like there's so much more commotion.
Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing a citizen such as yourself would need to trouble himself with.
Can I insight check that?
Sure, go for it. What do you have, like, is he lying?
Yeah, is there like an like, is he clearly putting this on? Yeah, is he lying?
Yeah, sure.
That's a natural 20 with a...
Yo!
Yeah.
That's 27.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good job.
Leaf stares through his heart.
What? He's got
Yeah.
a...
He's
There's definitely something that's spurred a little bit.
Fair enough.
But
He's got
I
a...
see
you
you
know, his
you
marriage
can see
is
him kind
falling
of like,
apart.
as he's talking with you, kind of like looking around in the background behind all of you a little bit more.
Fair enough.
Not really paying much attention to whatever conversation is happening.
Cool.
Good. Okay.
Good
cool.
talking, buddy.
What is your business here today?
We seek to speak with our friends Irina and Ismar.
Your names?
Well, I'm Dr. D'Amato Shenanigans, PhD. This is Lester Paul.
My name's Leaf.
This is Leaf.
Hope.
Elise.
And Allura is leaning over against that wall. She's not very talkative today.
You might not be able to see her because she's very good at blending into the
Rolled
surroundings.
very high on her
Got a
stealth
night
check.
vision goggles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we got the night vision
We're
goggles
in
for
her
Allura.
No.
Oh, God.
32.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
No
it's
one
bush.
sees Allura. She might be with us. She might not.
Yeah.
We don't really know.
Allura's back at the end.
Yeah.
So,
She said she's
Having
taking
a spot
meat.
right, hold your ground. He turns around and heads inside. A few minutes pass.
This fucking
Another
guy.
guard is kind of there, like watching all of you. You can see he's got like a bit of a tight grip on his spear, but otherwise nothing else seems to pass. Eventually, coming out, the man gestures for you to follow him. Guard bringing you eventually to the front doors of the burgomaster's mansion. Doors are open for you, and standing inside, you see the same very drab-clad figure that you once saw, who escorted you in. I believe it's now 3 times.
This guy, the
This
old
guy?
dude.
Yes,
Friggin'
Hello.
Ah, he's back.
Yes.
You're Dr. Shenanigans.
Correct.
This may be my favorite of Jordy's voices.
Oh, yeah.
What can I do for you today? He said that you wish to speak to Irene Ismar.
That's correct.
Yes, right this way. Will it be all of you or just a few?
No, you were all coming.
It's the whole gang.
The whole gang.
Yes, that's right.
Perhaps I should do up a breakfast of sorts for you.
Well, I wouldn't complain about that.
I mean, we've already
That's
just
very well.
broken our fast.
Just turning around.
Yeah.
Strutting
Did he
around.
have a stroke since last time we saw him?
Yes.
Those words are elongating all the way.
It's like something's going on.
He eventually does bring you inside and begins to set up a fairly simple breakfast. Toast, some fresh fruits, and a few cured meats as well, in the fairly long dining hall that you've been in now a few times at this point. A few more minutes pass after the food comes out, a couple of you picking at it here and there, and then Irina and Ismark descend. Irina looks her usual self. In comparison, though, to what you have seen before, you and Allura especially, where she was wearing very much kind of loose flowing, like very, you know, the clothes that were a little bit finer than what she was able to wear in Barovia. She's kind of slowly regressed, it appears, back to what she was used to wearing. Is actually in leathers and has a small blade at her waist as well. In comparison to Ismark, who has a true paunch. Even in just a few weeks that you've been gone
got
from
a really
Barovia,
long.
or from Vallaki, so I should say, he's definitely put on probably a good 5-10 pounds, and he's starting
Living
to
his best life.
burst out of
He's
his
treating himself.
his pants a little bit.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but to be expected given how sparsely he was living in Barovia, and then eventually coming here to a place that he's regarded as essentially the burgomaster of that village, and so he's being treated accordingly.
Ismark, Irina, how are you?
Doing quite well. It has been some time since we've seen you.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. You look like you're enjoying yourself.
Yes, a bit too much, I have to admit.
It's all good. If you need to borrow a pair of my pants, just let me know.
He's got a hog on.
I'm
him.
sure
You
that's
have more than one pair?
No, I actually
Still a
don't.
few years until I
just have
switch into
shorts.
yours, though, I'm surely. But thank you for the offer. What brings you around?
Well, First, can I take a quick look around, see if we're being like listened upon?
Sure, I'll make a perception check.
16.
16?
Is that music still playing as well?
Yeah, it is.
Piano.
Ghostly.
I was actually gonna say, Alith would be hanging back from the conversation a little bit, like really just like basically keeping an eye out so anybody's not listening in on us.
Just the entertainers playing on the loop again.
Yeah, my audio on my computer screwed up.
Just like chopsticks in the
That's
background. Dun, dun, dun.
But yes, it is still playing. It seems to be almost ethereal, just kind of emanating from the walls and from the ceiling. Yeah. But yeah, looking around as best you can tell, no one appears to be listening in, paying any additional attention. A few servants are coming to and from the area, just providing refills on different things and restocking any items that get a little bit too low on the table. But that's about it.
I'd like to lean in to Ismark and Irene and just be like, it seems like the town's on a bit of high alert today.
I haven't really noticed anything, and he kind of looks over at Irina, and she just kind of like looks further and rolls her eyes a little, and is like, clearly he has not looked outside. Yes, something appears to have sparked a bit of interest in it now. I'm not quite sure what it is, but there's a bit more bustle and commotion in the training area than usual.
So this is new for today. Hasn't been happening.
Yeah, nothing has transpired up until this morning. Suddenly, this morning, a large commotion was heard.
Good
inside.
welcome home.
I see you're back in Levers.
Back to my usual state. It was nice for some time to be able to relax, but I've found even relaxation can be tense from time to time when I step outside into a village that I know should be safe, and yet all I can do is continue looking over my shoulder.
It's best to stay prepared for anything.
Agreed.
We were thinking it might be wise for you and your brother to accompany us to a village a little further out.
Why, if I may ask? I mean, Vallaki is the most well-defended village that exists in these lands.
And yet, vampire spawn were found here.
Well, our understanding of that was that it was an anomaly. We, of course, were there for the tribunal, and we understand the whole situation that's transpired, but it is not something that is to be repeated. The watches have been doubled, any packages coming to and from the city are being inspected. It would not be something that would be easy to do again.
Perhaps not, but if Strahd can find his way in once, I'm sure he can find another way to do it again.
Did Strahd actually get in? I thought it was just a few of the spawn.
From what we know, Henrik was visited in the evening by a man, somebody who made their way into the village unannounced and unknown. He was told to accept these packages into the house, into his home, and his wife would be brought back.
Interesting. And you believe this to be Strahd?
His description matched Strahd. Titty. It's possible it wasn't, but I
It
don't
seems
know
odd. But
who else
no
would be
one
making
know.
bargains about bringing spawn into the village and offering to bring his dead wife back to life.
It is a fair assumption, to say the least. All right. Well, what is this other village that you're speaking of?
We've been to the town of Kraisk, further east from here.
All right.
It's entirely up to you, but we have all grown fond of yous and your brother, and we don't really want to see anything happen to yous.
Well, we do appreciate that, of course. I mean, it has been some time since you've left, and nothing ill has transpired for us except for Ismark letting himself go a little bit, but I'm sure you would prefer that to living on the stark rations that we had back in Bolivia.
But the things that we've seen over these past few days, we have a sneaking suspicion that something's coming. Things are brewing in other parts of the lands, and as much as there are more gods here, it's not going to be enough.
It does seem, too, that things may be brewing here at home.
What do you mean by that?
Well, Seems like there's unrest in the town. It seems like people don't trust each other here. The village Craze that we'd like to take you to, it may not be as heavily fortified, but the people there depend on each other. It's very honest. Everyone does their own day's work and they support each other in a community.
But would they be willing to take in more? I mean, if there is already a finite number of people there, I can't imagine that adding more mouths to feed would
I think
go well with them.
We've done them some great services, and I'm certain they would be more than happy to bring you into their community for the time being.
You would have to earn your keep. It wouldn't be like living here with the burgomaster. I'm not saying you'd be slaving in a field all day, but you'd have to be able to be useful.
This also isn't something you have to decide like today.
No,
But
it's an idea.
just we're going to and sort of investigate some things, and if shit hits the fan, you just give me a heads up.
You may want to have a bag packed and ready just in case.
Alright. I will keep that in mind as best I can. I know Ismark has gotten quite comfortable here. The lavish lifestyle suits him quite well. Not quite as much for me, at least after a first week or so. But if, as you say, shit hits the fan,
Yes.
this will be something that I suppose we must be prepared for. How far is the village? A day's travel to?
About a day's
travel, yeah.
travel,
Yeah,
and we've
a
a
day's travel.
caravan. You wouldn't need to ride hard.
I can't imagine it would be an issue for us to obtain horses from the burgomaster. He's been quite accommodating to any of the requests that we've had.
Have you seen him today?
No, he typically awaits and then delves straight into meetings and into his study, oversees the troops, things like that. He doesn't really engage with us all too much. We appear to be more just house guests than anything.
Very well.
More so, have you seen his kid Victor around at all?
Victor? No. Actually, I'm fairly sure the only time that we've seen him was when the tribunal was taking place, when he was at his father's side.
Kid needs to get out more.
Where is Victor's quarters in the house? It seems odd that we've never seen him around much.
His quarters, I believe he is... Well, I know he's on the upper floor. I believe he's on the opposite side of the house to where we are. Typically there tends to be the guests wing and then the family wing, and I would imagine he would be on that side.
Are there guards in the room that we're talking in right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
Not
It's just us, no one else?
It's you, servants, that are kind of coming to and from, but otherwise nobody else that anyone can notice.
Irina, I wished to say that my promise still holds true. I wish to protect you from Strahd. I'm like,
Pull him. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not fist bumping you. I'm just like,
Right over your head.
I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you.
Do you have any idea who we might speak to as to what's going on?
I would assume a good starting point would be Isaac, of course. Anything to do with the troops being prepared would obviously have to go through him. Beyond that, I'm not sure. The guards seem to be fairly tight-lipped about anything. Very rarely do they let anything slip in our experience, or at least in mine.
Good to know.
Should we pay Isaac a visit?
I was thinking we just examine the mansion while we're here.
Irina, have you heard much about the other noble houses here in Vallaki?
As far as I'm aware, there's only one other noble house, an ancient one, the Wachters. They were the previous burgomaster, and then descendants of that family, but they were ousted by the current regime, the current group. But that was some time ago, and now my understanding is they're essentially shut-ins, sending servants out to get food, but otherwise never leaving their mansion.
Oh, it seems...
How curious.
It is. Do you know if there's any bad blood or anything like that?
I can't imagine there would be good blood. I don't know for certain, of course, but anytime a family is removed from power and another family takes hold, there will always be some kind of resentment.
We're just trying to find out what possible threats could be in Vallaki and to Yiz and...
Not indeed.
We had a few theories from when we were here last time that we think are going to come to light. Just getting our base down.
Alright.
Stay safe, and if you need anything, we're staying at the Blue Water Inn. So.
Alright, if we hear anything, I'll make sure to come up there and make you aware of it.
Appreciate it.
Should, as this one says, the shit hit the fan, I meant it about making a bug-out bag. You might never have to use it, but if you do, you can go to Father Petrovich and wait there for us. We'll come to fetch you.
Alright.
Doomsday prepper relief, I dig it.
Yeah.
It's legit.
You need your go bag.
Everybody needs a go bag.
Have you managed to spend much time outside of the guest quarters of the mansion?
In and around the rest of the mansion. We've never made it over to the family wing. Typically, we are, if we wish to leave our quarters, escorted wherever we would like to go. Once we are outside of the mansion, we have free reign beyond the grounds within the village. We've made our way over to a few of the church services, had a few drinks at the Blue Water Inn, but beyond that, it's fairly monotonous.
Sounds fucking boring.
Yes, well,
If you want to work the fields.
in more appreciative terms, monotonous would be the best way.
Aye. Perhaps the guards would let you do target practice with them.
I have had my share. Ismark has not picked up a bow or weapon since we got here. I can't imagine that's going to change, and she kind of like looks over and he just
Nice.
just continues eating.
The only
That's
thing
my
that guy's
boy.
picked up is a... Oh, fuck.
All right. What do you guys say? Should we examine the manor while we're here, or should we just?
I think we should
fucking
try.
Let's do a little
I
look-see.
agree.
I'm a fan of architecture.
If you guys want to go up to the manor, I can go to the front guard and ask him where Kai might be. 'Cause
That's a smart-
I can come with you.
they might have some more ideas as to
I
what
think
the other guards are all up to.
They're at the
Why
barracks, not the manor, aren't they?
Yeah, but the barracks are like right around
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I would come with you with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Very well then. Alith, Allura, Leith, shall we
Do a little,
little reconnaissance? Reconnaissance?
Aye.
if anything goes weird, I'll get in touch with you.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And I'm sure you will hear if something goes wrong with us.
Boy, will we!
Just sneaking around the lessons out back.
Hello!
Who wants to fight?
Can we... Is there a point where there's no servants in where we are?
There always appears to be at least one person in the room.
Okay. Can I try and duck... Is there any way that I can duck around a corner and kind of be unseen for a minute?
There are no corners.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay,
It's
so...
it's a 30-foot by 20-foot rectangular room,
I'm gonna-
large table in the middle. You've got one door that the
Okay.
servants are coming to and from.
I have an
And
idea.
then the one
I'm
door that was
gonna-
closed behind you.
Okay, so
We speak
where
about-
the servants are coming through, I'm going to just position Leaf, kind of like...
Yeah, I'll set a pick.
And then I'm going to sneak behind him.
Oh my god.
With him
So am I
between
just
his
gonna-
like, yeah, he's like
Okay,
he's like my furball wall,
Yep,
and then
alright.
from behind him, I'm just gonna cast Path of Trace.
I was gonna pay off the servants, but that's fine.
So there's always a servant just like standing against a wall. So like if Leaf goes over and just stands somewhere, you're not really gonna be able to hide.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna see the two of you moving there, and then
Okay.
Leaf is gonna walk away. and you're
Awkwardly just
gonna
be like,
"Where'd she go?"
hey, Leaf, roll with me for a sec. I am going to start coughing. I'm gonna do a coughing
Okay.
fit.
Sounds good.
And
Have we left at this point?
I think we're gonna be escorted out.
Yeah. So you would turn around to the door that was
Should we
closed
see if
behind you,
Laura
knocking on the door.
Yeah, Laura's
as,
with us.
As you try to
Yeah,
handle
Laura
the
will go
door,
with Leaf to examine
is
the place.
Yeah.
probably guard in some way, and just
I get
letting you
you.
leave. And so you knock on the door, and then eventually
We're
you're
not stealthy
jangling
boys.
the key, and the key is used to unlock the door. And then, yes, hello.
Just fucking...
Hello there, my friend. How are you doing?
Doing quite well. Yourself?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's nice to be back in town for a little bit, you know?
Yes, I would imagine that's the case.
Me and Hope here were hoping to go check out the barracks to see if we could find our old friend Kai.
In the barracks.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Mm,
Yes.
follow me.
All right then.
And then
Oh
just
my.
turns around and escorts you back to the main set of double doors. Opens up the doors, and there are 2 guards stationed outside, and they would be willing to escort you anywhere you
Is
want
it
to.
possible that he's talking way slower than the last time we saw him?
It seems to be. I don't know if it's an
Forgive
affliction
me, I
or.
had a bit of a late night.
Oh,
Yeah.
what did you do?
Are you the
We-
new drinking champion?
Good day. The doors are closed behind you.
What a bitch.
I
Hi.
think that's a yes, but we can go like and cut after these.
Alright, so we'll cut back to you guys. So, coughing fit for you.
Coughing fit
Go
for
ahead and
me.
make a performance check.
It's just not nice,
That
man.
is where my performance is. It's good. Oh boy, that's a 22.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sit well with me, friend.
Natural 20.
Oh shit.
So you begin to cough and like quite convincingly, right? You actually kind of like take a little bit of food and like stick it in the side of the back of your mouth and start to cough heavily, quite heavily. Kind of lean yourself back out of the chair and start coughing onto the ground. And the servant ends up coming over and like taking a look. Is everything all right? Is everything all right? And then just kind of like looks at you and just kind of like.
I've got my bloodied hanky in my
Bloodied?
hand. Well, it's
How
the
committed
one
to
that's
this
like,
bit are you?
I've had this bloodied hanky forever.
Remember this one, yeah?
Catch up.
So I'm just coughing and I just need a moment with my friend here. He's
I'm a medical professional, so I'll bend over and
Do you need a doctor? Can we get him?
some water. My friend will.
Of course,
and I'll start
they
kind
go
of.
right up to the table where there are just glasses of water and just give you a glass of water.
That's fine. That'll give these
Thanks.
guys enough time to get away.
I'll start
Yeah.
drinking the whole. No.
And as the servant is like distracted with the doctor, I cast Pass Without Trace, and Laura and I
What's
like
the time on Pass Without Trace?
an hour.
No.
Oh,
Talk to the cast.
I think it takes a minute.
one action.
Oh, it's an action?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Does it?
So it's a quick one. Alright, so you quickly cast Pass Without Trace. So you've got the one door that the servants are coming and going from, and then you heard the key lock in the other door that Les and Hope were escorted out from.
Okay, that's fine. So we won't even attempt the locked door because we're just trying to get out and get stealthed. So we'll go out the
So
Other
go out the
door.
one that the servants are coming through?
yeah.
Okay, so there. White sheets cover 2 plain wooden tables in the center of this room. Neatly arranged atop one table is a complete set of polished silverware. The other table is covered with wicker baskets containing turnips and beets.
This also got servants' quarters
It looks like some kind of
or a kitchen prep or something.
Yeah, like kind of like a finishing room,
Oh, okay.
that kind of thing. Like with any food that's made, maybe being brought in here to be finished off before it's actually brought out. You do notice as well that there are 2 doors leading out from this room. So as you go through, there's one door on your right, which you would imagine, because it's straight through, it would lead into the same hallway that you came into the dining room from. And then one room directly in front of you, and you can hear pots and pans and clanging coming from within that room.
Okay, so it's leading to the hall that we came into the dining room from. In that hall that we've been in before, did it seem like there was a way to get upstairs?
No, so the way upstairs is before you get into that hall. So as you enter into the kind of the foyer, there's a staircase that goes up on your right.
Okay. Well, I think we're gonna try. Is that the foyer has a lot of people coming and going constantly?
The foyer is where every time you see the Drab man, that's typically where he's standing.
I know, but we're gonna be stealthy.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna try and stealth and get upstairs if possible.
All right, so opening very, very quietly, opening the door quickly, opening the door into the hallway. Because this is a little bit further than you've actually been before. Typically, you're just led into the point where you get into the dining hall. So you see framed portraits adorn the walls of this grand foyer. Features a wide staircase, which you of course know, and a sculpted railing. A long carpeted hallway, which you're currently standing in, attached to the foyer, stretches almost the length of the mansion, and has several doors leading away from it, including one at the far end, which is what you just currently came out of. Bundles of twigs are heaped against the walls in a few different places. So stepping out from here, you see that the hallway extends long to your right to the main set of double doors. There's 2 doors across the hallway from where you currently are, and then the 2 that lead back into where you came from. This one here to the dining room, and this one is the one that you just came out of.
Okay.
And then the staircase is way at the far end, which is where you, given the situation and the time frame, you would currently see the man standing there kind of saying the final goodbyes to Les and Hope. at the front door.
And there's doors that I don't know across from me?
Correct. So there's one directly, so as you step out, there's one directly across from you, and then there's one a little bit further down that's directly across from the entrance to the dining hall.
It's a regular Sophie's Choice of closed doors right now.
Which child you'll kill?
I mean,
Which door I'm gonna eradicate? I'm gonna kill this door like a baby. Smash.
which
Oh,
opportunity
boy.
I let wither on the vine.
Oh yeah, that's fair too.
Yeah, okay.
You knew you'd be so literal for
I
us.
know, right?
It's almost like the grapes of wrath, where the grapes were very angry.
They were angry grapes.
Angry grapes.
Okay. Which of the doors looks the fanciest?
Looks the fanciest. All of them look fairly well taken care of. There isn't really anything that looks particularly fancy, but one of them looks like it's been used a little bit more. A couple more scratch marks on the door, and that's the one that's a bit further down.
Okay, so we're gonna go down to that door and maybe check it for traps and try to go through there if it's not trapped.
Sorry, I apologize. The orientation is weird.
That's okay.
The one directly across from you is
Okay,
the one
yeah.
that looks of.
We're gonna try to
fairly
go through the
cautious.
used one.
Okay. So through the used one, you kind of like you listen at the door.
Yes.
Okay.
Listen to the door, check for traps.
Quick perception check and investigation. So one and then the other. So perception first.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be 21.
21.
Nice.
Doesn't appear to be any movement coming from the other side. Any sounds? Investigation.
Investigation. Ugh.
Ooh.
Oh, it's fucking cocked.
Huh?
I don't think it was actually. I went to move
Yeah.
it and it was on that. So
We need these rules.
Yeah, boy,
it's
do we.
21 as well.
21?
Yeah.
Doesn't appear to be trapped.
Okay, great. So is it locked?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna send Allura in through, and then she's sneakier. She's sneakier. I
That
mean,
is
I'm
true.
sure Amanda would be fine with that.
That's true.
Well, I'll get both of you actually to make stealth rolls
Okay, yeah.
at this point because you quickly hurried into that empty room, pass without trace, and then kind of continue
Yeah.
from there. So. Alright.
Okay. So don't forget that everyone gets plus 10.
Yep. So that is
Did
for
we get
Laura.
plugged? Do we need it as well?
We
That is
could.
a 28.
Sneak around.
Okay, and I have 27.
27. Okay, so sufficiently stealthy.
Yeah.
Kind of open the door, send Allura in.
Sneak
She
this
passes
through.
through into the room.
Yeah.
And the room contains 4 simple beds, an equal number of plain wooden trunks.
Oh,
Appears
it's
to be
like servants' quarters?
of some
Shit.
kind. Yeah.
Okay. We'll go down to the next door and do this
Okay, so quickly
same thing.
closing the door behind and then hurrying down. You can see at this point that the last couple of seconds of conversation between Hope and Les and the men are taking place. You very quickly hurry down to that other door. Anything you want to check?
Yeah, we want to do the same thing. Listen, check
Okay.
for traps.
She'll check for traps. You listen to the door.
Okay.
That's going to be
Perception,
number.
right?
Yeah, perception.
Okay, that's going to be 22.
Okay. Doesn't appear to be anything from the other side. Same thing for her. Doesn't appear to be traps. So she
Okay.
just opens the door. Inside, padded chairs and couches line the walls of this cozy carpeted den. The room reeks of pipe smoke, and mounted on the east wall is the head of an angry-looking brown bear.
Is there any other entrances or exits from this room?
From this
Is there
room,
a
no.
library
This is just the
somewhere?
one entrance, and then
Okay.
you've got a large bearskin rug on the floor in front of you, and then a window looking out back to the back side of the house.
It's just a straight library, right? Not a study, so there's no desk or anything like that?
More like a den. Yeah.
Okay.
Just like a sitting room, a few very comfortable chairs, a long couch. That's about it.
Okay. And no way to get in and out. Okay. Well, maybe we'll try and just sneak past the guy to get up the stairs and play dumb if he catches us.
Okay. So at this point, kind of like quickly glancing around the room, you close the door behind you, make sure that you aren't caught. You do hear the footsteps coming down the hall, and the footsteps do stop outside the door of the dining hall.
The one that we're in?
Yes.
No.
No, the one that you were in.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We should get some air.
Oh, like you mean they're going to notice that we're not there kind of thing. Well,
Sure.
whatever. We left. A servant took us out. It's fine.
Can we cut back to us briefly?
Yep.
Okay. So coughing fit
Yeah.
done.
I'm pantomiming a medicine check.
Are
I-
okay, friend?
I am going to just flag a servant and say, do you mind if we step outside just to get a bit of fresh air.
Of course. And then they end up going over and rapping on the door, and you hear the keys jangling in the door. You would hear this on the other side as well. Door move.
Oh, is it the door that we're behind?
So the door that you're behind, across the hallway from that, you hear
yeah.
keys jangling and a rapping on that door.
Right, the one across from us.
Correct.
I'm very visual. I have a hard time sometimes. I'm not that I'm telling you should have made a map. I'm just saying I have a hard time being like, where am I? Okay.
So you're listening at the door right now, direct 10 feet, 15 feet across from the hallway on the other side of that closed door.
Yeah.
You're hearing keys jangling, and then being put into a lock and the door being unlocked, and then yes, what can I do?
My friend and I.
It's getting a little stuffy in here. I think we just, buddy here, he's getting all choked up. You mind if we just take a quick little step outside? And might I ask, do you have anywhere outside that you like to go to catch your breath?
So you're hearing this conversation. Do you want to stay in there?
Cough.
I think we'll probably sneak out and try to go up the stairs while the guys.
Okay. So
attending those two.
I'll get you to go and make stealth checks again because you've been rooting around in here.
I want to see what my passive perception is. See, pull out.
That's
24.
36.
Yo!
That's with a plus 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get a great roll.
Alright.
What about Allura?
Sorry?
She got 36.
36.
Oh, okay.
So Allura just silently opens the door and you can see the back of the man, the long tails behind him as he's just conversing with Leaf and the doctor. And you can see Leaf's eyes just kind of go, and then back to talking to him. And so you just rapidly dart down the hallway. Darting down the hall, the doors are closed in front of you, making your way into the atrium. There is the staircase on your left if you wanted to go up.
Oh,
Up
this
the
is like
staircase.
Ocean's 11 and 13.
Alright, so closing the door behind you silently, Allura just very creepily, eerily almost, makes her way just stepping on every lack of groaning floorboards of any kind.
So I just follow what she's doing.
Exactly.
I'm like,
So-
I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Making your way up, first set of stairs you come to a small landing, and the second set of stairs goes up into the area where all the quarters are. And so that landing area, staircase climbs 20 feet to a beautifully appointed gallery that continues towards the west, running almost the length of the mansion. Framed landscape paintings line the walls, and silk drapes cover a 10-foot tall arched window of leaded glass. And that looks out over the front of the house, so you can kind of see out onto the main staircase, the main stoop, and then the long pathway that leads off to where the...
You said it's leaded glass? Does it have an image in it?
No, it's just
okay.
It's just stained leaded glass.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so maybe we will... So do we know... I should have gotten more details from her. Irina's quarters, she said that Victor's quarters were across the upper side of the house
Allura's
from hers.
been to
Oh yeah,
Allura's
Allura's been to Irina's quarters.
quarters,
So I'm going to let Allura lead the way.
So
try and...
nobody knows where Victor's quarters are. Allura just knows where Irina's quarters were.
I know, so we're going to try and
And we know that they're
find
the
the opposite of
side.
that. Yeah.
Alright. So...
They're in the basement. He's a total fucking neat.
It's interesting. We've all split off into little duos.
Yep.
So, making your way down, Allura quickly following the path that was laid out before by the man who escorted to where Allura's quarters are. There are two doors. Sorry.
Yeah.
There are two doors that you pass by. One on the left. So, it's kind of weird. Unfortunately, I don't have a map for this one.
That's okay.
Make it
so,
up, DM.
Yeah, so making your way to the top of the stairs, you turn right and looking the length of the way down, you see that there's a staircase at the very far end that descends down.
Okay.
You would imagine this would go to where you heard the sounds of the pots and pans, probably towards the kitchen. There are two hallways to the right that break off of that at different distances. So one that's fairly close and one that's further out. The one that's fairly close is where Allura follows down, and there's two doors basically immediately on opposite sides of the hallway as soon as you make your way down there. Further down to the end of that, there's another door on the right, and then a final door on the left. Kind of a smaller room, you would imagine, than the other ones, but it is still there. And that is what she points out as what was Irina's room.
Okay. Are all the doors closed?
All the doors are currently closed, yeah.
Quickly, as we're leaving,
Yeah.
can I have Rick dart up and like follow them?
Yeah,
And
easily
just like
enough.
land on the shoulder.
Exactly. All right.
Perfect.
So, at this point, you two are led outside, and then Irina and Ismark, not really sure what to do because they're now in the Great Hall alone, come out themselves and begin to make their way back upstairs. You two just being led outside by the man, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Alright.
I guess
Um,
we're looping
So
with those.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
put a
we'll
timer
loop
on
on
this
this,
because you don't have much time until someone realizes that you two have just suddenly vanished. So which room are you going into? You've got two closed doors to where you turn down that hallway. One a little bit further, and then the one that's Irina's room that you know is her room.
Can I just point out that Allura would remember the fact that her and Leaf checked out a few of those rooms previously?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, checked out as in listened at the doors.
Okay.
Never actually went into any
Yeah,
of the
we
rooms.
went. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody was able to go into any other rooms.
So, yeah, I don't think I want to chance going down other hallways. Maybe we can just.
Yeah, the SGD key right here. Speed round.
Again, do any of those doors look like more well appointed
All
than
of
any
them look
others?
fairly lightly used.
Okay. I wish I actually had Amanda here, so I wanted somebody else to help me with these decisions. I'm not good at doing it on my own.
Just go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever,
So
Be
whatever
like-
the heart desires.
We're
Jordy,
ready to
can
back
you
you up.
do
if
your
need be.
best Amanda
No, it's okay.
impression?
For what?
what would Allura want to do? Well, I just
Well,
like.
this is the thing. As
Yeah.
Allura, I don't make decisions, right?
Yeah.
I can't do that on behalf of players.
Yeah.
No,
So
but I would maybe.
you're telling me what to do, and Allura is either going to go along with
I
it or
want
just-
her best guess for which door is like farther away from Irina's, so as to be like. Well, I guess this is a different part of the upstairs
Yeah.
from where Victor's quarters are, right? Okay.
Well, no one knows where Victor's quarters are.
Yeah.
This is just the room where Irina was staying.
What is
That's it.
Okay. Okay. We'll just try the door closest to us, and by try it, I mean listen at it,
Okay.
check if it's
So
trapped.
you listen. Allura will check for traps.
Okay.
Jesus.
Oh.
28.
Jesus.
Natural 19.
22 for
22.
perception.
Okay. There does appear to be some sound coming from the other side of this door.
Okay.
You can hear some slight murmuring, some muttering, a few footsteps, and her checking the door and like checking to see if it's locked. The door is unlocked and doesn't appear to be trapped, as best you can tell.
Okay, we don't really want to burst on anybody right now, so maybe we'll check the next door down and see if there's any sounds behind it.
Okay. So there's two on either side. Just say left or right.
Right.
Okay. So listening at the right door, checking the right one for traps. It's even better. It's a 30 natural 20.
21.
21. Doesn't appear to be any sound coming from the other side of this door, and she kind of checks it, not trapped, and then tries the handle, and the handle is locked.
Can she try picking it?
She can.
Yeah. Will she please try to pick the lock?
Alright. That's a natural 16, so that's going to be 25.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, pulling out some
Rolling
picks.
well.
Shouts out to expertise.
Yeah.
Dang.
Wait till we get a Kai and we'll be like,
So, opening up the door, the room is unlit. Dolls. The room is full.
Hold up.
Pretty little dolls.
She
Hold
has
on.
her goggles
Creepy.
also, by the way, so she can
Hold
see
on.
all
Powder
these.
white skin and auburn hair. Some of them dressed beautifully, others plainly. Some of the dolls fill a long bookshelf, others are arranged in neat rows on wall-mounted shelves. Still others are piled atop a bed and in a heavy wooden chest.
Just walk into a
What's
beanie
most
baby.
odd is that all the dolls, apart from their clothing, look almost the
Like
same.
Irina? Yeah.
You just walk into a beanie baby.
My jimmies
They're gonna be
are
worth a lot.
rustled.
Can I pop into Rick's eyes?
Yeah. No, because it's a 100-foot range. You'd be outside of the
So you
range.
just pass
Yeah.
out, or
Yeah. No,
Oh,
he wouldn't
okay.
be able to. He would try to and realize that Rick is beyond his range.
What the actual...
Just, but
I don't think we should do any of them. So do they look like they're Blinskis?
they all look
Make?
fairly similar. The make of them, they like you catch a couple of them that seem like maybe early renditions that like where the face became more and more
whose room is it?
similar to the other dolls, where some of the earlier ones that are kind of like further away out of view a little bit appear to be a little bit more rough.
is there literally anything else in this room as far as like furniture or?
There's a bed that the dolls are piled on.
Okay.
Does
it look like it?
This is the fucking.
There's a closet that the dolls are piled on top of.
But does it look like it's lived in? Like, does anyone stay here? Is it?
Oh yeah, it appears to be lived in.
Ugh.
Check it out. Check
Does
it
it
out.
look like there's a space in the bed where like a human would lie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just surround.
I do
Oh,
not like
got a
this.
fetish.
crack it
do
open.
not like this at all.
Find it out. That's
yeah.
Rick just being like,
Yeah.
hey, open it up. Check it out.
Rick can't pop into the chest and see what's inside there,
Nope.
can he? No.
It was
Damn
just
it.
into the side of the chest.
Okay.
Ow.
And he's a party imp. He hasn't partied that much today, right?
He
Ah,
on your
Emma
shoulder
gets
even
it.
just kind of leans in and goes, "This creepy as fuck."
Yeah. I'm thinking we should probably not try and fuck with anything in here.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that at this point, Allura and I are going to try and either join with the rest of the party as they leave or find a sneaky way out of the house before anyone catches
So,
us.
pulling the door closed behind you, Allura goes back in to try and re-latch the door. And is not able to do so. She's trying to get the catch on the latch to go and eventually lock the door.
Can I try?
Go for it.
I have lockpicks as well. I just
Yep.
don't have proficiency.
Go for
That's
it.
A
So you-
sleight of hand check, right?
So it's
No.
a dexterity check.
Dexterity.
And then if you have proficiency with
I
thieves'
do.
tools,
No, not with thieves' tools.
Do you have
okay,
a
so then
forgery
you're just
kit?
adding your dex.
Okay.
You can do like a room service thing. And just
Sorry?
If you have a forgery kit, you can do a room service.
I do
thing.
not have a forgery kit,
Okay.
but I have decent dex, so I'm gonna try it. Yeah, 21.
21.
Yo.
Trying your best. You can almost get it. You can get it like half latched, but not quite all the way there.
Okay, I'll leave it at
appears to be
half
a really
latched.
bit tough. A really tough lock.
And just for the record, I was doing that with my gloves on. Not. I know there's no like fingerprinting, but I just didn't want
Fantasy
like-
CSI.
whatever's going on here. I don't want to leave any trace or essence of myself that
Take
anyone
this.
knows
All good.
that we were
with
here.
the stealth rolls that you two have, no real issues there.
Okay.
You're able to kind of like just get it to the point where when you pull on the door, you're not able to open it.
Okay.
But if you know, like, filling in there, the latch isn't fully engaged.
Okay.
That's the best you can do right now.
Okay, that's
Alright.
fine.
So quickly ducking around the corner from here, hopping down onto the staircase, you kind of like wait for an opportune moment for the doctor and for Leaf to eventually be led outside, and you just quickly look in behind, and then just like seeing Irina and Ismar come up the stairs, just hop the banister over beside them, and you and Allura drop down right as the guy turns around and looks at you and just kind of, are you going to be leaving with your friend?
Oh yes, lovely powder room you have there. Really,
Powder
really.
room.
Yes. Just went to the bathroom.
The bathroom was outside.
Oh no.
I mean,
Oh,
You're not gonna. I'll turn around. You're not gonna want. You're gonna want to skip lunch.
thank you, Irina, for showing us your bedroom. Okay. Anyway,
Irina was. Hold on a minute.
I'm ready to start
Closes the
murdering.
door behind you. Because you two are already outside at this point. Where were you exactly?
oh
Get your knife in.
no, don't murder the old. We're not stabbing anybody.
Little star counter goes up.
Oh yes, we were dropping off something we've collected in our travels for Irina in her room. She's been there before with
I
Allura,
would like you to show me.
and Allura and I.
Neck break.
No, you want to see what we left for Irina? Certainly. We've just left it in her room. If you'd like to follow Irina,
Yeah.
we can
And
show you the
her.
way. We're not gonna kill him. We're gonna sleight of hand.
gonna
So
make
my
him-
plan,
they're gonna
because
make
I don't
him
have
one of the
Allura,
dolls.
Okay.
is for us to bring him up there,
Isaac will
and
love
Allura can sleight of hand produce
We got you.
something nice to.
What do you have?
it. Allura has some gems.
Those night vision goggles.
No.
I'm
No.
just
No.
kidding.
Um,
Obviously.
Allura has
She's
better
watching
sleight of
like,
hand. Shit. Well, she can't produce something that I have, can she? Or
You could slide it to her.
Yeah.
On the way up, you
Okay.
could try to at least.
Just like
see the-
awkwardly fumble it
Okay.
over.
what do I even
Digging
fucking
that
have
grave.
that
Oh
is
my.
I love that this all went
Fancy.
so well.
Oh,
It
great.
Do
was
you
going
have
pretty
any
well
wine
until
or
that-
anything from the winery?
I do not have wine from the winery.
Some
Let me
gems.
just think here. I don't have gems either.
I literally have a
Allura
10-foot
does,
glass.
but I'm wondering if we could like. I don't think she would give them up, really.
Would we have seen the old dudes see them?
No.
Okay. Dang.
Rick would have.
Rick would have.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm within range of Rick, so he could telepathically tell me.
You're not within range of Rick, but he could pop back and tell you.
Yeah, that's
And
probably
he just
fine.
kind of like looking around and seeing the situation. Probably would think to do that. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Actually, roll intelligence check for Rick.
Okay.
Rick's dumb as shit. He's like,
Yeah,
I want to
Rick's
see how
not-
this goes.
It's actually
Oh.
more so. Yeah, it's actually more. You know what? No, he wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
He wouldn't do it because nature of an imp is mischievous. Right, doing something. Of
This
his
is gonna
own
be fun to watch.
Exactly.
You know what? That's fair, and I applaud him for that.
Oh, Rick.
Fair enough.
You wouldn't
Follows the MO.
You know what I
You
do
do
have
you,
is one
Rick.
of those fake potions.
Yes, you do.
So I'm gonna pawn that to Allura.
Okay, go make a slight hand check.
Come on,
Drops
keep
it on
those
the
high
floor.
rolls going.
Oh my.
Now's not the time.
I know. Fuck.
Oh man, once we hear blades, we're coming.
8.
8. That's a 16. So he just kind of like looks over and. What is that you just passed?
Nothing gets
the
past
fucking
old
principal from
Grampy's
Ferris
next
Bueller.
servant.
Oh, that was her flask.
Yeah,
I was just having a drink.
You just have to check.
Oh my
Yeah.
Disadvantage.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
You got garbage.
My deception is -1.
Oh, don't be dropping them now. Use one of the other ones.
Oh, this is.
Maybe that's good luck. Maybe that's a good luck drop one.
So it's disadvantage.
Okay.
This is
You've got the.
fucking
It's a
funny.
23.
No.
Damn it.
No.
My worst roll is 6.
Okay. And he just kind of like. He just starts rapping his foot against the floor. And you begin to hear swords being drawn from outside.
Yeah!
Where we are?
So you guys have all left at this point.
Yeah,
No,
but
but
we
how
were
far are we,
in the
though?
barracks.
So you're a ways away.
We're right
In
outside.
this time
You guys
frame?
are. Oh yeah. Oh,
Okay.
100%.
And we don't hear anything?
No, not at all.
Well, shit.
Yeah. So you two are removed entirely.
Yeah, we're
You
away
two,
from the situation.
Rick is there. At this point, Rick would pop back to you and be like, "Shit's thrown sideways. Get the fuck back there.
Cool.
Get back there now."
Get Rick to go get.
Oh yeah, I
and he
should
just
send
kinda-
Rick to get help.
You two, don't move.
Sure. If we can pop back here for a second, now that I got Rick,
Yep.
I'm gonna send Rick to find Hope at the barracks,
Okay.
and just be like, "Yo, get back here now."
Yeah.
What's going what's going on?
So you two are being escorted by guards to the main, to like the main
Okay,
entrance to
so
the.
I'm gonna see.
Because if you tell us what's going on, we would
Yeah,
probably
that's
go
fine.
get Kai still. We have a friend in the guard.
Okay. None of the table.
Yeah,
there.
no.
no.
Yeah,
Okay.
Heat
Yeah.
of the moment. So
Yeah.
you're sending Rick to go do that.
Sending Rick to get help.
Telepathically to go get help. Okay, got it.
Telepathically to get
You two
help.
being escorted by guards back to the main street.
I'm gonna turn to one of the guards and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I seem to have forgotten my purse back at the dining hall. Do you mind if we go
Of course
back?"
you did. Yes. And around we go, and he escorts you back at the same leisurely pace. So it's going to be a bit of time until you get
Okay,
there.
That's okay.
in Elven, I just want to say what's going on.
In Elven back, Elif and Allura got caught.
All right.
And then in common, I'll say, "Oh, that was a nice purse. Let's go."
And they just kind of look over you and just tourists.
Brilliant.
It's just
Now, where's that giant ball of twine I heard so much about?
So you and Allura upstairs at this point, him wrapping his feet on the ground a few times, hands still clasped behind his back. But you can see that he's kind of like spread his shoulders out a little bit to block the hallway off, to prevent you from being able to go downstairs. What are you doing?
Oh, fuck.
You hear the doors creak open and swords begin to be drawn from the two guards who you do remember from before as well, that were outfitted much nicer than most of the guards are. They're in proper chain armor. They have long swords at their waist. They've got shields on their back.
What seems to be the problem?
There will be a few questions for you from what you were doing in this house unattended.
Well, I just told you we were leaving something for Irina.
And I do not believe you. Now, follow me. And he turns around and begins to make his way back down the stairs.
Perfect time for a strangulation.
It's up to you and Allura. What are you doing?
Oh,
You're
fuck.
leading this one. She's following your lead.
I know.
Gotta make it fast. You're gonna have a car.
I don't know what to do, you guys.
What spells?
It's up to you. We're none of us
I
are
know.
there.
No, I'm not saying anything.
As much as like I want to be like do this, I'm like I'm not allowed to do any.
No, I'm not either. I just know that
Sorry,
this is going to be a short decision.
So
because
he's
gonna
turned
take it
around.
down
So,
soon.
so you're on the top area of the top floor. He's turned around to the point where he's starting to lead you back towards the staircase. So you got about 15, 20 feet until the staircase, and then it's a 20-foot drop, 10 feet down to each landing to get down to the main foyer area.
Turns to the Burgomaster's son.
Shit. Allura can't, I guess, get to Irina's bedroom unseen at this point.
No.
Yes. Well, I was just like, maybe she could plant something
We're
there
this
for
deep,
it.
We gotta get.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Feels like we're in kiss or kill range here.
I don't think we want to go up against the Burgomaster at this point just yet.
We were going to fight one foe today, just not the one we thought we were going to
That's
fight.
fine. We were gonna do both.
Sorry, so he's like going down the stairway that
So
we were coming
he's
from.
turned the corner to where the stairway is, and he's about 15 feet away from where the stairway is right now. So imagine long straight hallway.
Yeah.
Left turn, staircase down, staircase down.
Okay.
And he's kind of right at the end of that hallway where it opens up into kind of like a landing area at the top of the stairs.
Landing area at the top of the stairs?
Yep.
Okay.
It's about 15 foot square.
I know.
Alright, he's at the top of the stairs now.
Okay.
I like this.
It's fine. We'll just follow him.
Alright,
I think.
following him down.
We're not going to try to escape. That would just be... I think that would be a bad thing. Oh, certainly. We'll just come with you. But do you mind if we just let our companions know that we're sticking behind?
Word will be sent to them. Follow me. He begins to make his way down the stairs, 10 feet down the first area. You see now at the base of the stairs that there are 2 guards there, standing on weapons drawn down their sides.
We're acting as nonchalant as possible.
You're eventually led into the den area, the one where you saw with the bearskin rug and multiple chairs and a table. And the 2 guards are stationed on the inside of the door. You've got one window that's on the opposite side from where the door is. The room is about 60 feet by 40 feet, fairly large rectangle. And the man just kind of posts up in front of the door and he whispers into to one of the guards something you can't hear. And then turns back to you and someone will be around soon. Please stay here. And the door is closed behind him.
Okay.
So, you 2 coming back at this point, you would see him probably just making his way out of that room. As you came inside, you would have seen no guards at the entrance any longer. The guards who escorted you there kind of would look at each other a little bit weird and kind of like rap on the door, no answer, and then kind of open the door to the inside and see the man walking towards. Charles, what's going on? Are those the friends that just left? Yeah, they're here. What's going on? Bring them inside.
Before we go inside, can I very quickly cast a minor illusion behind me without them noticing? It's a cantrip.
It's given that they're in front of you. Sure, they're not really overly paying attention to you at the moment.
Okay, cool.
So minor illusion, static image. What are you casting?
I want there to be the appearance of a fire at the front of the estate.
So, but it's a static fire. It doesn't move.
Oh, it doesn't move.
No, that's major illusion.
Oh, okay. In that case, from around the side of the manor, can I make the sound of a fire crackle?
What do you have to do that?
Minor
illusion is just...
Is it? Oh, okay.
Pretty
That
sure
would
it's
be
just the image.
thaumaturgy.
Oh, that's thaumaturgy? Yeah, I don't got thaumaturgy.
Double checking. I'm pretty sure minor illusion is just a visual...
I'll check as
like,
well.
It essentially, like, you can make like a fake wall kind of thing.
Oh, I see.
We're all getting down.
It's been a minute since I used minor
And
illusion.
then they murdered Vallaki and changed it to Doctorville.
Okay. Yeah, sound or image.
Out of
According to
necessity.
the card.
Is it a static
A
sound?
whisper to a scream. Okay, yeah. So what was the sound you want to make?
I
The
want
Wilhelm
a
scream?
large fire burning around the side.
Sure. Around which side?
So we're right in front of the manor.
Yeah, so you're right in front of the manor. So the left side, is where you went in and you were led into the dining hall area.
Yeah. Okay,
And you
right
don't know
side.
anything along what's on the right side.
Right side.
Okay, so around the right side, a large crackling fire, as loud as a person can scream. So it can get pretty loud at that point. You make the sound of a large crackling fire out there. What's your spell save DC?
18.
18? Okay. Alright. And so guards kind of look over a little bit, and you can hear as well that, or you notice as well that the man inside just kind of starts looking and kind of paying attention to the sound. What is that? You two go around the side. And so they end up grabbing their spears up from the ground and kind of going around the side of the building as well. So now it's just you with an open doorway and him apparently by himself inside. What are you doing?
Shit's going down. You said something we had to come with you, or our friends, or
Your friends were found trespassing inside the manor.
oh, that's so unlike them. Would you mind bringing us into?
Yes, you'll be joining them. Follow me. And he turns around to escort you into where they're currently sitting.
And leave, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of you.
Doors are locked, no one's in the main hallway with us?
No one's in the main hallway. Doors are open behind you. You can close them behind you if you want.
Oh, I would assume he would have.
No.
Oh, okay.
He was leading you in because the guards are going to check out whatever that noise is, and they're going to be coming back.
Okay. Do I want to do anything right now? Ooh, actually. Can I drop Charm Person on him?
I was hoping you
Sure,
were going to
go
do that.
for it. So he has advantage though if he regards you as hostile. Is that what it is? What does
Oh,
it say?
yes.
So creature makes a wisdom saving throw. I think it's like one of the last lines.
It does not say anything about that.
Yeah. Sometimes the spell cards aren't as.
Yeah, they're not always
they're not
complete.
as-
It does with advantage if we're fighting him.
If you're fighting him.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to see what the wording is.
We're like 3 turns away from
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna happen.
throwing elbows against like fucking guy.
I just want him to get the fucking.
Your
burn.
commanders are fighting it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC.
Yeet.
Oh my god.
That is a 16. So he is considered charmed by you. So what would you like to do?
What's going on? Everything seems to be. The guards on high alert. Our friends are being held. What's going on?
Your friends were found trespassing in the mansion. I do apologize, but unfortunately that is something that must be investigated.
No, of course I
As
understand.
for the people outside, there was a rather disturbing letter found this morning.
Really?
Yes, by myself, no less.
What did it say?
Apparently some kind of an attempt is to be made on the Baron's life.
Really? God, who would do such a thing?
Well, who do you think? Ha ha ha.
You guys got a real sense of
get
humor.
it.
I like that.
Look, I'm certain this can all be smoothed over with our friends. I'm certain. The bald one. She has a tendency to, get curious.
She does. Do you know what they were doing here?
We were here for breakfast with Irina and Ismar.
Are we able to talk through Rick?
No, because
Rick's
Oh, okay.
No, Rick's actually being dispatched to get Hope and Les.
Right.
Meanwhile,
I
back at
thought
the
of a better
barracks.
excuse.
Yeah, like
Wow,
who
this
knows-
is great archery.
Yeah,
30
who
minutes
knows
later.
what's going on.
I thought of a way better excuse for us to be up there. So if there's any way I can
What were they doing in the manor alone? They apparently left you in the room.
It's very possible. I had a coughing attack. They may have gone to the bathroom or stepped outside for a bit of air themselves.
They said that they went to the powder room in the house. There is no powder room in the house.
Well, I wouldn't know. I've never been inside the house proper, except when you've let us in.
Just out of curiosity, who said that they went to the powder room?
The dark one.
Oh.
Okay, we've run into this one before.
Yeah, this has happened.
She thinks powder rooms. If you guys have just like a dining room or anything.
She You know how drow are, right? You know, they're not used to houses.
It's true, we're not.
Yeah, it's quite stupid.
Well, it's
racist.
it's entirely possible that they may have gotten lost along the way. It is a very spacious estate.
It is quite large, I suppose. You can make just a persuasion check with advantage.
Yeah. All right. That was still that's still a 17. That is a 26.
Quick math. Quick math.
You can see him like internally struggling with like believing you, but he's not quite sure why. And he's just kind of.
Hey, we've all been there, bud.
Oh, I suppose mistakes can be made from time to time.
Of course.
I take it this will be the last time you come around for quite a while.
I certainly imagine so.
Good. All right. I shall escort them and you from the premises.
Of course.
And you
appreciated.
shall be on your way.
You
Thank
mentioned
you
we were
very
having
He opens up the
breakfast.
door,
Are we
comes
still?
inside. You can see that his demeanor has kind of
We
changed
still
slightly.
good?
He's like smiling a little bit. You
My
just
friend.
intuitively are like, okay, something's up. And then the doctor steps in behind him. You're like, oh, something.
Yeah.
And
The person who's way better than me at people.
Fuck at it.
And they just kind of, well, your friend seems to have convinced me that perhaps this was just a simple misunderstanding.
Oh, I'm very sure it was. I'm sorry that we caused any...
Yes, you may leave now.
Just without another word. Goodbye.
And the guards kind of look over at him, and you can see that they kind of like lean in and whisper something to him. And just, no, it's fine. She's, you know. And then,
And Elise's face, if she hears that, like, changes this, like, moment of indecision of whether she should turn around and start shit again, and she's just like, okay.
I'm gonna make eye.
Keeps
Can
going.
I see Alethea?
oh yeah.
Can I make eye contact with her as she's doing that? Just be like, come on.
Do it!
We still have to tell you guys about the dolls.
We're just about to get in the barracks. What the fuck?
We're gone for literally a minute.
Didn't even know there was a time
You guys
alarm.
would be essentially escorted outside. The guards would post up. The door would be closed behind you, and good day to all of you.
Listen,
Oh.
it'll be fun.
Thank you
Die.
very much.
And then doors close behind them, and then the guards sheathe their weapons, shields put back on their backs as you begin to make your way out, escorted again by the two guards, as you see Hope and Les at this point sprinting up from the barracks.
And I'm gonna yell, "Don't worry, we got his purse."
Yeah.
And they're
Come,
just like,
come.
what? Because you have no idea what the fuck that means.
No, we didn't have the choice to say if you wanted to come back or not.
Thanks for that.
No problem.
You know I'm shit with
Sorry,
explaining
well that's
myself.
true. Technically, you would have been told.
You didn't let us plan it
shit
out,
was
though.
going sideways. Well, you're right. Actually.
All right, we got.
We're at
Alright,
con.
I'll
Okay.
retcon that. So you would have.
I'm just
you would have
yelling.
had Rick land on your shoulder. Shit's going sideways. Pretty sure. The two. The drow, the gentleman, about to die. Pretty sure they're about to die.
What? Are you serious?
You might want to get back.
How close are we to the barracks? At this point.
Just really trying not to run back.
Oh no, not to
No,
not to
how
Rick.
close
For,
are we to the barracks from all this time
yeah,
walking?
because we've
Oh,
been.
to the barracks? You're like pretty close. You're probably within like 150, 200 feet of the barracks.
I
Because
swear
we
to
could
God.
just go get Kai and ask him for help.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah. How serious is it, Rick?
Pretty fucking serious. To the point that Master and Big Blue Guy, they turned around and went, we gotta go get a purse. Pretty sure none of you own a fucking purse.
Alright. Is it faster for us to get back to the house or the barracks at this point?
What's that, Joel?
House? Because then barracks you have to go away from the house, talk to people, and then turn around.
Alright, fine. Let's go to the fucking house then.
Alright. So you're sprinting
What
back.
else to do?
And then I say my same
You
line
get like a
about
good
the purse.
300, 400, 500
It's
feet.
a good
like,
line.
Just book him as best you can, and then you see everybody being escorted out, ushered outside, as Rick is just kind of like flapping overhead, and at this point not really being all that stealthy.
Me and Hope are
Feel
doing a
when you
Knox
leave.
Road run. Like,
Yeah.
But eventually coming back, the doors are closed behind you, the mansion effectively being sealed off again. but the party is reunited outside.
So we did one of those like run-ups where we're like, hey!
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah.
We can find our way from here, guards. Don't you worry none.
Let's go to get a drink.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yes, that would be great to know.
So,
You know what
Go
I've
for
been
a
wanting
drink?
to do is look at the toy shop. That's my favorite.
toys are fun. Let's go to that. So, guys, shit's going down.
What the fuck just happened?
Okay.
Your little imp friend just told us you're about to die?
Okay, yes, they were.
So
You first.
We're having this
Fucking
conversation
LD.
outside of the.
Well, we're walking.
yeah, like while we're out of
But
earshot
we're
of
not being
everyone.
escorted.
We're doing a
right?
sorting.
No.
No, you're
Okay.
escorted back to the main road.
Just making sure
and then
we're
once
not
you're on
like
the main
having
road-
this with like a guy's
People
like, so what are
around?
you saying?
Yeah.
No.
Once you're on the main road, it's up to you guys for what you're doing.
Doing a serpent style walk and talk back to the end.
All right, fucking Elmer
All right,
caught
follow me
us
around.
coming down the stairs,
It's the starting line.
and took us down to the basement. Thank you, Doctor, for the quick save. I'm not
welcome.
really great at talking myself out of things if people actually see me doing it. But we couldn't really get to a lot of places. But what we did see was a room that, with a very, very tricky lock, literally covered every fucking available surface with dolls that looked like Irina.
Now, we saw one of these Irene dolls before,
Yeah.
and Strahd was the one that had it made.
Yeah.
It must be his room.
It's possible.
Right, and the dolls are like mini people.
It's
Yes.
like
They're all
the ones that we
Blinsky.
stole from Blinsky and returned.
You stole all it.
They're all
I didn't steal it either.
Okay,
technically.
okay.
all auburn haired, all
You're
like
renting
Irina.
it. Let's keep
Some of them
going.
were prouder. It was like early when he had first started making them or something. But they
So-
all looked like they were the same maker.
So now we are certain then that this is probably not safe
There's
for
something
Irene.
fucking weird there because we've asked him about Irina before and he didn't know anything or I don't know. But okay,
Weird.
But we also have the other house, the grandma's house, where the servants literally had demon things
Okay, let's
Okay.
not speak ill of demons.
grate on them.
one more thing. We know that anyone who has magical powers, like the fucking sun, can make themselves look like someone else. And if Strasny commissioned it from Blinsky, it could easily have been the sun.
Do you think that's his room?
Well, I don't think that would be. That's like the area for guests, potentially high servants.
That's true. That's not going to be the
It
family
could
room.
be like a secret.
I doubt Isaac's quarters are on that side.
No, perhaps but it could be some sort of like secret room for someone to visit. It doesn't have to be their bedroom.
Why would it be secret? It's out in the open.
Well, we're not secret, but the door was locked. Most of the other doors we discovered were not locked.
So we might have a bigger issue on our hands. It seems like there was a threat made on the Burgomaster's life.
A threat on his life. By who?
Well, our friend Elmer, or whatever his name was. You said Elmer's, that's what I'm
I'm
going
just
with.
calling him fucking Elmer because he seems like a fucking Elmer.
Alright, well, Elmer told me, who do you think it is? Which makes me think...
Grandma.
That's right. Which
He
means...
wasn't saying Strahd, he was saying Grandma.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like, shit's going down.
I think you're right.
Which explains why the guards are on high alert.
Why would she show her hand though? In order
Because
to
we would-
tip them off.
We were trying to make a deal with her, and she probably has run out of options.
But why would she tell
wants
them
to-
in a
she
letter?
But she kind of didn't. Wasn't the last message that like we regret not helping? Maybe
I
it's a
don't think-
trap for them to think we're coming here to.
Start shit up again.
I feel like if there was going to be
They're
a
gonna
trap...
think they're gonna put it on us.
I feel like if there was going to be a trap, it would have been sprung at the Burgomaster's estate.
Perhaps.
But no, by Grandma.
No, that's what I mean.
And maybe they've recruited a new party to do all the dirty work for them, because they were trying
Do you
to get
think-
this done without them being involved somehow.
I
but
think
maybe-
we need to get a message to Kai to find out.
That's
Either
what I was
way, I
trying to
think
do
we're going to have to
before.
put both noble houses in the ground.
It's possible, but I think we should probably start with Grandma.
Start with the clearly evil one
Okay,
first.
whoa. Evil is a state of mind. It's
Exactly.
Well,
and that's
start
what
with
they
the
have.
one who has a clue towards a prophecy that'll get us fucking rid of the devil.
This I also like, and then I want to kill that kid.
Yeah.
Wait, like the one that we
Alright.
need or the other one?
No, the
Oh,
battle.
The
Okay, well,
Victor, the Burgomaster's son.
I still think we should get a message to Kai to perhaps meet us later at the Blue Water Inn.
You guys could head back to the barracks. We'll head back
I
to the
don't
inn.
know if they'll let us in
I
again.
think
We're
that we
kind
should
of
probably
covered,
stick
kind
together
of
now that we
alone
know
now. Yes.
what's happening in town.
We'll discuss it.
Well,
could-
you know, we could disguise ourselves.
We could.
Believe you can disguise yourself.
I can't.
Reef and I can. We could slap some clown face on Les here.
It's gonna take a lot of makeup to
I
make
mean-
Les look like someone else.
And with my
And I mean,
wands
we
and-
weren't the ones in trouble.
That's
No.
true. You guys could probably make it to the barracks fine.
But I also agree that if we're going to visit Grandma, it should be everyone.
Oh well, we're not
goes.
doing that right now.
Could we send Rick to bring a message to Kai to meet us later?
Do we really want to send a demon to a place that's been threatened by a demon lady
That's a pretty good point. Can he say invisible?
and have a floating letter?
Does Kai know even? Does Kai
And you
know
know-
who
I have an
Rick is?
idea.
Kai has no reason.
Gloria, the drinking champion, who frequents the
Gwendolyn.
bars,
Oh,
Gwendolyn.
yes.
they would.
I like
Gwendolyn. Sorry, it's
That's
been
okay.
a while. She would know where the soldiers drink at night.
I'm pretty sure there's only one place for the soldiers to drink. It's the Blue Water Inn.
Is that just where everyone drinks? I thought there was more than one place.
Certainly seems
it's
like
the
it.
Blue.
We have seen Kai there before after
That's
the
right.
festival.
That's right. So maybe we could go back there and like, what time of day is it right now?
Morning still, I
Still
think?
fairly early morning,
Yeah.
probably at this point maybe 11 o'clock.
If something's going to go down, it's going to go down today.
And here's
People are being mobilized.
Here's the thing, it'd be useful to talk to Kai, but they have no reason to trust us. Last time we asked them if they wanted to sort of, join us or kind of become closer with us, they sort of remained very neutral. I mean,
Not
it's.
exactly neutral. They were just very proud.
I think
They
they.
seemed pretty neutral to me.
I think they were hedging their bets. They're not interested in throwing in their livelihood in with the likes of us. That was my impression, anyways.
Here's what I think. I think we head to the barracks. Oldie over there told us about the issues they were having with Grandma. We offer to help them. We take a squadron of their people over there, break down the doors, deal with Grandma, and then hopefully we'll deal with some of these guys too. And I'll say this later.
I think that's a good idea, but I think we have to ensure that not a single soldier is hurt in that, because it won't reflect well on us in this town. And
I don't know. I mean, I think it could work, but at the same time, these people are very insular. They have no liking or trust for us, even after we came out
I mean, we
innocent.
haven't given them much reason to trust us with all the fucking sneaking around that's been going
My
on.
point being that even someone like Grandma, who's plotted and schemed against the Burgomaster and, is a danger because they've dethroned her and her family, they may still not want to align themselves with strangers against her just because she's from here.
I'm just saying it couldn't hurt.
I mean,
But
we could
also-
suss it out.
We just have, so far we know about this letter. We have a connection to the top of the royal guard who could give us more insight into where shit came from. And then they might actually, if it's what's happening and they know about it, they might actually come with us to fucking
You know what?
murder her.
Yes, Les.
Can we say let's start there, but let's not go blurting anything out.
Let's
Without
go to the
That's-
barracks and look at things.
so we're just gonna circle back.
No, I mean, we're not really circling back.
Y'all really been getting your
Just
curry
got kicked out of the
They
house.
are.
Hey, let's go back, guys.
Well,
I mean-
just say you forgot something.
They told us not to go in the house again. They didn't tell us not to go into the barracks.
Yeah, we can do whatever we please. Not touching you. Not touching
Yeah,
you.
we're not in the house.
Stop hitting yourself.
That's what I'm gonna do with old Elmer later.
I'm taking money to
I
see
feel
that.
like you're gonna come back to that. If this whole town goes into like a giant war zone, you'd be like, you.
Yeah, I'd be like, Joe, aren't fucking stupid, and I'm taking you underground.
I'm attempting to stop hitting myself.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
appear to
no.
be doing the hitting for me.
to be have been stabbed.
As a,
Ow. Ow.
this is like I guess a metagame thing. Would I have recognized what the doctor did to, would I have noticed his sudden change in
Oh, 100%.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, did you do something to that guy?
Oh boy, did I ever. I charmed
Okay.
the hell out of him. So he's not going to be super thrilled when that wears off.
How much time does that give us?
About an hour.
Okay, we should get moving.
Then we should probably go to the barracks now.
guess if you guys don't feel comfortable going near there, because
We're happy to go.
We're the only
going.
2 people that have not been in trouble this whole time, so.
We haven't been in trouble.
Alright.
Dare you.
Just put it out there.
I
If you want to
mean-
escort us, come with us.
It might be better that Lura and I hang back.
It could be, because did you also want to visit Blinsky again, particularly?
I do want to go back there and start
Yes.
asking about how
You know
many.
what? I'll go with you.
And we also have a good rapport with the guards in Kai because we were in the World Tournament and we fought them and they respect us.
That's true. I mean, I did the same. I won the
Oh,
archery
yeah, that's
contest.
right. Yeah.
But
West.
no one fucking likes a drow, apparently. So
Well,
you know.
let's go buy you some toys. That'll make you feel
I
better.
don't want a toy. I just want my people to be respected.
We'll get there. We're gonna murder the old man. Don't worry.
As do we all.
Fuck the patriarchy.
That's right. We'll kill the old man.
All races are created equal.
I mean,
You ever see a kobold, Les?
All right. So,
okay.
if
Yeah.
I'm understanding this correctly,
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, barracks. 1, 2, 3, Blinsky.
Are you coming with?
Yeah, sure. We haven't had some character bits.
Perhaps we'll just meet back at the Blue Water once we're all done.
sounds good.
Okay. So, which group would like to start?
You guys should go first because I need to pee.
Okay. So, you 3 heading over to the barracks?
Yeah.
Alright. So, back on the main drag, guards kind of having escorted you there, you begin to walk your way up a little bit, stop, chat. 2, 3, 4 minutes pass, and the 3 of you make your way back down. Can we help you?
We were meaning to speak to Kai, but we...
Kai is not around at the moment.
Oh.
What? Where are they?
I assume on patrol.
Do you know where? Not any chance?
Patrols are fairly random. We don't pay attention to where anybody else is in the city.
Alright, well, do patrols just happen, like, around the outside of the city, in certain areas, certain times of day? Are there shift leaders? Are there what?
Yes, no.
Would you... is there shift... is it like an entire day, their shift?
Typically, shift's going to be about 8 hours.
If you'd be able to, should we pass on a note to them? Just let them know that we were stopped by?
Yeah, next time they come into the barracks, we can do that.
Yeah, just to say that we wanted to catch up with them now that we're back in Vallaki.
Yeah, what are your names?
Les Paul of the Triton race.
Oh,
Full name.
of the Triton race.
There you go.
I just hope.
Your full name
Just
is Les
hope.
Race.
Yeah. And this is our friend Leaf.
Oh, yeah.
Leaf.
Hey.
Like a tree.
Slightly different.
Oh.
It's a L-E-I-F.
Will the soldiers be...
That is the right
Life?
spelling.
Yeah.
Life?
Well, now you guys know how I picked my character name. Fun fact.
Will the soldiers be drinking at the tavern tonight?
Have to imagine.
Yeah.
Because this is the being that usurped Gwendolyn as drinking champion.
Oh shit, you're the one who beat Gwen.
That's right.
Scrawny little thing, aren't you? I mean, in comparison to...
Well, yeah, of course. But, you know, Triton.
Man.
Well,
Never seen a Triton before. I don't know.
Last time I was here to talk to you, you don't remember me. It's kind of hard to forget.
The couple hundred of us. Pretty sure you didn't just talk to me. I remember somebody, Blue Fish Man, coming up and talking to me.
well,
Appreciate it.
if a few of you would perhaps like to come also and have a drink and test his drinking skills.
He does need to get warmed
I
up.
mean, we can try that later, depending on when we actually end up getting off.
Right. Well, to see you around, you know, I'm sure we'll hear the commotion to Blue Water Inn later tonight.
If I need a drink, I'll come find you.
Maybe a little bit of sparring.
Yeah, maybe.
He's
No? You don't remember the tournament?
I didn't lead the tournament.
Well,
You're not exactly much of a fist fighter. Better with my spear.
Like this one?
Oh, okay.
It's made of wood.
It is.
Iron. It's better.
Want to test it out?
Hey, Les, I think we gotta get going.
Alright.
but yes, if you want some
If y'all want to cross spears or whatever, just
And then
You
it's
know-
when you kind of like holding the spear up, like a little bit of blood is like coming out of the side of the spear. He just kind of looks like, he's got a spear. Wooden spear, idiot.
Oh.
Les, what the hell, man? It's a weird
Real
show.
irony. It's not your blood.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to intimidate him. And feel
Successfully intimidated.
Yeah.
feel a little nervous.
He's
So,
a
like,
lot more playful than this
Get it?
appears.
Yeah.
Get a couple drinks in him. He's a great time.
Yeah, I'm super sure of that. Alright, you guys, get on your way.
Alright.
Thank you. And
See
what
you
was your
later.
name, please?
My name? Keith.
Keith.
Great to meet you, Keith.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good to meet all of you as well. Yeah.
See you later,
I'll,
Keith.
See you later.
Thank you,
Okay.
and thank you for passing on the message to Kai when they're back.
Yeah, like I said, not exactly hard to believe in though. You could have done that yourselves. So, have a good one. Alright.
Fucking nerve of these guys.
So jumping over to you three, heading over to go see Blinsky.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's not too far away from not too far away
that
from the
one-
Burgomaster's mansion. You end up making your way over there quite easily enough.
That's what it's
Stepping inside, the little bell above, and
But
just one moment, I will be out to help you as soon as I can. And then you hear some clattering and some dropping of assorted tools and kind of the unbuttoning of certain clothes. And then eventually comes around the corner and kind of like the big, pompous purple suit jacket almost, like pulling off a large apron over top of it. Yes, hello, it is good to see all of you again. It has been some time.
Hello.
Get off, Blinsky. Good
Yes.
to see you.
It's good to see you again too, my friend. The doctor, yes?
That is correct.
This is the one for you. What brings you around? What can I do for you?
Oh well, we're back in town. We just got here the other day, and we wanted to get the beat on the street. What's going on? What's happening?
I didn't see any of your new wares. I'm sure there's something exciting.
Actually, not much lately. Unfortunately, most of my time has been dedicated towards the new festival that is coming up.
Ah, yes, the Stag Festival, was it?
Yes, I believe the festival of the herding stags.
The trampling deer.
Trampling deer, that's the one, yes.
Why? Yes. Very excited about the festival of the trampling deer.
Oh, it's gonna be a great one. You had business here.
I was just curious. We heard recently about someone in town who has a extensive collection. And we were wondering if you take a lot of commissions of dolls or toys and the like.
Of course, it is my business to take commissions of any dolls, any toys that anyone would be interested in.
Anyone in town who's a particular customer of yours?
Most of the people in town at this point, children appreciate my toys. They find them quite fun to play with. Only a few small cuts and scrapes here and there, of course.
It's good for kids to get hurt.
You
Teaches them how to interact with the world properly.
You know,
It's a little dark, but sure.
Gadolf, my friend here, Allura, she's an extensive doll collector.
Oh,
Loves them.
I really wish I could see Amanda's face for that. She just like,
And we'd heard tell that there were other people who just had big doll collections, because she wanted to meet more people in the same line of hobby.
Sure.
perhaps start a club. Do you
Yeah.
have any of your customers who you think might be interested if they in getting together with her or starting a club or showing off their collections? Most of hers are back where we came from,
So, bit of an odd request, I have to say. It's not common for me to share my clientele with outside people.
Oh, on the Strahd coast, where all of us are from, it's just sort of like when people are common collectors of the same things, they tend to get together and show off their collections or commiserate. Sometimes have clubs or even conventions.
Can I? So while we're talking to him, can I have Invisible Rick? Because he's been to the back room of Blinsky's before. Just take a quick sweep and see if he can see like a book of commission accounts.
Or it's anything that he's working on that's similar, because Rick saw exactly what was in that room.
That's true.
Sure.
Did we
Go
go
make a
through the
perception
commission
check.
thing as well? Fuck, what was the name that all the... Because we already looked at all the commissions at one point, and they were all with like a name, weren't they?
I'm sure I wrote it down, if that's the case.
It was a 17, Jordan.
17? Okay. Looking around, he doesn't see anything that would mimic the same style of doll, at least not openly visible. But he does see that there is a ledger that's currently closed and bound that is fairly visible.
Okay. Could he take a look in there?
Sure, I mean, it's a little bit of a finicky
We're still talking.
thing to undo, but yeah, sure. I'm going to just make a stealth check for him.
Sure. 20.
20? Okay.
15 plus 5.
Alright. So yeah, without much of an issue, he swoops down, kind of finds a place to perch, picks up the ledger and undoes the winding cord around it, opens it up and looks through a series of assorted items that are described, and then there's one item that's kind of repeated, where it doesn't actually have a description, it just has the letters IS beside it.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I'm gonna get him to shut it and then.
Yep, and rewinds it and pops it back in the same place.
Okay. Cool.
I asked like Isaac Strahd.
Yeah, doy. Do you have any new toys for the Festival of the Trampling Deer? Do you have any ready yet?
I've got a few pieces that I'm working on. The primary one is over here, and he ends up bringing out this kind of very interesting little wood deer. Just very, very nice, very finely crafted. But the hooves are kind of like razor blade hooves. Two of them kind of create these little triangles. And so he kind of like, yes, it's quite interesting. It's a deer that you can put anywhere, and he just slams it into the wall, and it just hooks itself into the wall.
I fucking love it.
That's so cool.
Someone should buy that.
Believe that is deeply your brand.
It's these like little tiny razor blades, like, you know, the size of your thumbnail kind of thing, but they like create these like little hooves that when it sticks into something, they're so sharp that they just cut into wood.
It's like anywhere you go, woodland creatures are watching you.
Sure.
How much? Each of your toys are a couple silver, yeah?
It depends on the quality of the toy. For this one especially, this would be looking more in the range of 1 to 2 gold pieces.
Okay.
I'll buy it.
All right. We'll
I like
say
it.
2 gold pieces then.
Done. I pass them over 2 gold. And then I just like reach up, take the deer out of the wall, and then kind of like look for somewhere in my body to like put it in, and then I just like ended up like sticking it in my quiver, like the leather of my quiver, so it sticks out of there.
So it takes like, because in the wood is a hard surface. The quiver, like being leather, is malleable, so it, like you kind of have to like press it down and like really force it in there, and you create these cut grooves that it kind of sits onto your quiver now. But it appears to be stuck there at least.
This is my dear friend.
Oh, we all have friends now. Oh, well, if you think of anybody who'd be interested in, starting a little doll club with Allura here, well, just let us know. We're at the Blue Water Inn again.
She really misses her friends from the Sword Coast too.
She does.
Sure.
Favorites.
If I think of anyone, I will send them over to you.
Thank you very much.
Post haste.
Thank you very much, Mr. Blinsky.
Of course.
Blinsky, do you know, are there offerings expected at the Festival of the Trampling Deer, same as the last festival?
Every festival there is an offering to the work that is put into putting the festival on.
That's what I thought.
Good to know. We'll be ready then.
Looking forward to seeing you.
You as well.
Please, I must get back to my work.
Of course.
No,
No, not at all.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
Turns back in the back room.
Cool.
Maybe send Rick back with him to watch.
Okay.
No, it's fine. We need.
Okay.
So, you guys making your way out again?
Yeah, we're gonna wander off to the Blue
Okay,
Water.
we've said, would we be heading back to the Blue Water?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
we
similar
said
time
meeting
frames.
back.
Yeah, because we couldn't figure out like where they were gonna be.
No.
But the only thing we do know is that the soldiers do most of the time.
Spend the
drink
next
that.
8 hours wandering around town.
Oh.
Are we all back?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll say that over the course of the next 20 minutes, half hour or so, you all end up meeting back up.
It's kind of like midday now.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna say,
midday.
maybe like lunch.
A couple patrons are in for like a
lunch.
fairly early lunch.
How's guard presence looking?
Guard presence is still strong, as strong as it was this morning. You can see some rotations as well. You're starting to see also that with the amount of time that you've spent in Vallaki, you kind of got used to seeing the guards that patrol the streets. You never really made your way that much out to the outer perimeter, but you're seeing a lot more guard presence of people you don't recognize.
Are they mobilizing at all? Does it look
No,
like
they
they're
appear to be more just kind of keeping an eye out, being very perceptive, looking around at different parts of the city, paying attention a little bit more than they normally would.
I wonder if we should
If
do.
Kai's around.
Looking
At
around,
the tavern?
make a perception check. At the tavern, no, but perception check on your way
Just
back.
as we've been walking around to see if I can see them at all, because that makes sense. Perception.
Guy's
20,
grandma.
Yeah, 20.
20?
Unnatural.
Alright, so looking around a little bit, you kind of like, you think you catch a glimpse of somebody, and then you kind of grab one of the guards and ask them if that's Kai, and they kind of like go down, and then look around a little bit. It doesn't appear to be.
That's their brother Ty.
No, my.
Okay,
Perhaps
so
we should stroll by Grandma's house
If
to
we're all
see what the
here,
guard presence looks like.
we need. There's something very important. We've been over this before, but we'll go over it again. Doll room, 1,000,000% Isaac's room. Absolutely. Rick check the ledger.
He found something.
It's all IS, baby.
Should we commission one and
But we know that
We know that
Baby
Isaac,
Bigger could change.
yes, but
Perhaps, but some of those dolls looked pretty. It would have taken years for him to refine his trade.
given the nature of the way one's self-disguising works, it'd be quite a feat.
If every time it was him.
Jordy, are any of the guards in the tavern? By chance?
No.
No?
It only makes sense. We have to choose the simplest possible solution here. And we've got the evidence of IS in the ledger, and we've got the scary doll room,
But here,
and
this-
we've got this
like-
guy who we know had a doll.
Okay, but what's your strategy here? What's the goal of all this? You just gonna go and just go in there and accuse an burgomaster of being evil, and then
Of course
what?
not.
I'm gonna go in and, well, I mean, I don't think we need to go in and accuse Isaac, but we're gonna confront him about this doll room because Irina is clearly not safe there.
I mean, I think we could probably find a subtler way to do it than that. But I think you're right. It's Occam's razor. If it's it's the most obvious set of evidence points to Isaac
Could we
But
having
perhaps
some kind of
we
ask
have-
for a meeting with Isaac?
But we have the grandma to deal with as well.
Yeah,
I think we
I
should
agree.
use their
Wasn't
allegiances
honest
to
to us.
fuck them up, get that out of
Just
the way,
a
then we can go
question,
right back into it.
What evidence exactly? Like, I understand, obviously, dolls are there, creepy as fuck, I agree. What does that show? I mean, she's been living there with them for almost 2 weeks. Nothing happened.
that is sort of the weird thing is, you know, the why. They haven't really figured
It's
that
true.
out.
I
The
mean,
motivation.
What are you gonna do? Burst down the door and say, "You got a bunch of dolls of Irina," and he's gonna go, "Yeah, so," and then you're gonna go,
That's what I mean. There's a
Well,
lot of
that's
there's
creepy.
speculation at this point, but we know there's a fucking house with evil demon sigils on
Okay,
them
let's
that
talk.
need to
Let's
go
not.
some.
Let's
yeah,
not
I'm
be
not
judgmental.
arguing against that. I think we should deal with Grandma first.
I agree.
I just think that it's very suspect that he seems to be so obsessed with Irina. And if it's not some kind of personal obsession, i.e., it's not something he's trying to do to her for him, then what is it?
We know that Irina was being targeted by Strahd as well.
We do.
So that's
So it only stands to reason that this fella is making all these dolls of Irina. We don't know what, if any, connection he has to Strahd, but we know Strahd has a connection to Irina as well.
We also know Strahd has a connection inside that house in the sun.
That's right.
Is there any kind of like...
Do we actually know that for certain?
We don't know it for certain, but we
know
might not
nothing
be
for
able to
certain.
know anything for certain. But we
We've
do
been on
know
speculation
that
since we
that
got
someone led Strahd or some of his creatures to Henrik in order to let him be killed in that underground bunker.
That's
that
right.
only
Attacked.
yeah
Not dead
attacked,
yet.
but only where members of the burgomaster's house and up inner echelon knew where it even was.
That's right.
That he was the only one who was not surprised at the trial to hear about the vampire spawn in town.
And Isaac did not admit to Victor having access to the cell.
He did not admit it, but his reaction seemed to confirm it.
Yes.
Well,
I'm just saying I don't think anybody in this town is a good guy.
Okay, so,
Except maybe Father
but perhaps
Petrovich.
we don't
It
need to
is
solve
pretty
that problem
legit.
right now, and we can deal with Grandma first and see how that leads us into the next situation, which is dealing with...
And there might be more clues that
Yes,
Burgomaster's
because
house.
that's the thing.
before approaching him.
yes, because if Grandma is in allegiance with you-know-who, then surely
Strahd,
they
yes.
would be on the same side as one another if they were both in
You're right.
allegiance.
I think
Yeah,
we need
but
to,
we don't know that either. We do know that she has the marks,
Well, let's
and
go
that she
find
doesn't
the
call him
fuck
the
out.
devil.
Because we can perhaps,
To me,
ask more questions.
I don't care if these two fucking families take each other out. I'm worried about Irina, who I'm a little fond of at this point, and I want to get the daughter in Grandma's house so that we can get whatever clue it is to lead to Strahd's downfall. I don't care. They can have a fucking civil war in Vallaki for all I give a shit.
That's what I'm thinking as well. If we get there, we're gonna have to rescue this girl. Absolutely, we
Yeah.
have to. That's the thing. But We should get there before these guards get there.
Well,
Or we should bring the guards with us, which I think is the smarter choice.
I think we should perhaps just, if we're gonna go to Grandma's, just go to Grandma's now while it's daylight. We have plenty of
They're actually
daytime.
But perhaps they could, they could maybe make it look like we were in cahoots with Grandma if we go there now.
That's the thing.
How
If
do you
we
be
bring-
cahoots with someone when you've chopped the head off?
That's a good
That's a
point.
good point.
I cast.
Just
no.
for an earlier point, neither Allura or I do dabble a little bit. Neither of us are magic users, really. Is there any kind of sympathetic magic or anything like that Isaac could be
Sympathetic
doing,
magic?
like using the dolls of Irina that he has
Is
to
to
connect with
protect?
her, or protect with her, or to in some way like satiate Strahd without actually giving her to him?
Having had Rick seen the dolls, would I know anything about this?
I know it's just a theory, but
Based on the knowledge that you have, describing that to yourself, to Leaf as well, with the studies of the arcane that you both have access to, no.
Okay.
Just
it's
just
just
an otaku.
There are definitely items like voodoo style dolls that exist, totems of some
Okay.
kind, protection magics, of course. This appears to be more so just some kind of a mild deception, but the very odd thing here is that Irina's been living there for so long now that it's maybe just an obsession that hasn't manifested. You're not sure.
Or he's got the real thing.
what do you mean?
You're right. Because she's in the mansion. So
Dude was just really,
he's jonesing.
I'm just thinking, I really, back in the day, I'd read a lot of stories about heroes and stuff. Now that I've met a bunch, I haven't really had the time to crack open a book, but, it becomes a little more real.
Is there any way that, I really don't like to suggest this, but could he have laid some kind of spell or memory change on her that maybe she wouldn't remember what had happened with
He
him?
doesn't appear particularly magical.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I think perhaps. I think right now we should just deal with Grandma.
Alright, I agree with
I
that.
think we should get
It's the
Grandma.
only
Okay,
real
but how do we do it?
concrete. We fucking walk up there and do what we do
Really?
best.
I think we bring guards. It makes sense to bring a patrol with us. We know they're on high alert.
We
Why
don't
don't-
necessarily know details yet.
Can
We
we
want to try to find Kai
Like,
first.
can we persuade them,
Why
or
don't we just be stealthy? It's a thing. We know where her place is. We've seen a couple of the ways in. Why don't we try that? We don't have to just break down a door, Les. And we don't have to ring the guards and raid the house.
That
why don't
is
we
a
just
good Amanda.
Try to go in.
She's got a point. And
Alright,
all else fails, we'll just light the fucking house on fire.
I'm into that. Let's go.
You did it once.
It's an oval
Yeah.
barbecue.
Allegedly.
Right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Whatever that word means.
So do we want to do this in the day? Because we know that, if they've got some weird shit going on,
Maybe they'll be
we
out.
know those guys don't react good in the day.
Not
But-
to mention guard presence at night. You get caught out at night, especially.
It's
with
gonna
heightened
be
guard
even
presence.
more
'Cause they probably
suspicious.
still have that
Serious
curfew
signs.
effect.
Alright, let's go, let's commence to murdering.
Alright.
not? It doesn't have to end that
It
way.
always ends that way.
At the very least, let's find the daughter
Covered in blood.
and get the truth from Grandma about what's going on with
So,
her.
are we going to try and sneak the entire way there, or are we just going to try and sneak in?
I
'Cause
can cast Pass Without Trace a couple more times
I
today.
mean, we can do, there's lots of guard activity, so it's might be a bit trickier to go over there without being noticed.
That's what I mean.
Or-
Pass Without Trace will give us all a little bit of an ability to pass unseen.
Or
Or we could disguise.
we tell the guards that something's going on there. We create a distraction at the front door, then we go around back.
I guess, but then the guards will want to come inside eventually.
Well,
And
yeah,
what
but then they'll be
about-
dealing with our problem for us.
And who will be the distraction?
Why, the guards dealing with the guys at the front.
Who's
You-
the guys at the front?
you-
That's what I mean.
You said that there was a letter delivered to the Burgomaster.
That's right.
Could we perhaps tell them that we saw a suspicious courier coming and going from Grandma's house?
We could.
But we don't know that. There's been another lie.
So
Now we're going to lie to the guards.
that's the point, Les.
to try and
So
get
that
them to
they'll-
investigate.
we won't be- yeah. Well, whatever works.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think, Leaf?
Sorry, I was using the bathroom.
I was
This-
powdering.
Draining the hose.
I don't know if it's the wine that
Draining
we've
the
been
hog.
drinking, but it's been.
Drain the
Leaf,
hog.
what I've suggested that we do, and Leaf has added on to this very handily, is we tell the guards that there's that we've seen a suspicious courier making routes back and forth from old LF Dub's house, and they ought to go investigate. We'll use that opportunity to sneak around back.
What if they say stay here?
We're not gonna stay here.
Well, I know that, but what if they
We
say
never
that?
stay here.
But what if they say that, then we're
We've done
against them?
nothing. They have no reason to detain us.
Can we-
You guys try to sneak into the house, they probably told all the guardsmen that watch out for these fuckers who've been sneaking around.
They
with
probably
their
will do that
magic.
anyway about now when they find out that spell wore off.
Is there any way to leave an anonymous tip?
It's possible. I don't think so. I
No
just think we
crime
need
stoppers,
No,
smoke
there's-
signals.
There's no smoke signals here. I think we ought to just do it. Or we could just fuck around in Vallaki for another 8 hours.
I mean, I don't
That's a
really want to do
popular
that.
option.
I want whatever's going to happen is happening today.
I
The Burgomaster's gotten a letter.
Let's do this. Let's just go
My
talk to
2
them.
cents here. With everything that's been happening, I mean, if we're gonna do something, especially with you casting a spell on someone, thank you for that, by the way.
You're welcome.
If we want to do something, let's just do it.
Yeah.
I
None
agree.
of this fucking around. If they
Yeah.
know and they're gonna know that you cast a spell, they're gonna be out hunting for us. We better have a fucking reason. Give them
Some piece of
something.
evidence to
Give them
show that.
something that's actual proof.
Let's distract them from anything that happened with us this morning by being the heroes that took down the plot to kill the Burgomaster.
You do you, man. Let's go kill some people.
They're right.
It's not the most inspiring cry, but here we are.
And I'm just like tucking into my. Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, Leaf. You and I have gotten on so famously lately.
It's been impressive. Something's happened.
So we go in there.
We are
I think
indeed.
we are.
Let's do it.
Let's So okay, are we going to try and recruit the guards, or are we just going to head over, get stealthy, and try and get in a back
I'm
window?
done fucking around with the fucking gods. They can go to hell for all I hear.
That'll be helpful later, but I think
I mean-
if we want to go, I think we should tell the guards. Otherwise, it's just going to seem like some random brawl. Also, how the hell would we know about the letter?
That's your right. We can't really admit that we know that.
We're already in a bad favor. Who the fuck cares? We've already been caught doing this shit. We've already been caught doing this. The spell's gonna wear off. They already know we're gonna fuck around with the little old strokey man. So who the fuck cares at this point? I'm really getting fed up here, guys.
All right.
I really
Lead
don't
the way,
give a fuck
Les.
anymore.
Let's do it.
I need to kill some evil things, and I just start walking off.
Lead the
That's
way,
fast.
old friend.
Investigate first,
I agree.
and then kill things.
Yeah, I
We
don't
can't.
we can't.
No,
Lead the way.
not because she deserves to be spared, but if we swing first without being able to ask any questions, we won't have anything to bring to the Burgomaster to convince him that we should be allowed to stay in town.
We
Not that
need-
again I care about this shitty town, but it's the only one here that has any
We need
supplies.
answers.
Christ seems to have supplies.
We need to find out why she's been doing the things she's done, or the things we suspect she's done.
Alright, I
And
think
most
At this
importantly,
point,
we need that
Danica
kid.
comes over to the table and slides a note onto the table as she passes by with a tray of drinks. And the note just says, "Next time, keep your voices down. We've cleared a path for you."
Yeah.
Ah.
Flip it over.
I don't think we would have been yelling, but okay, yes.
Yeah,
No,
well, we
but
weren't being subtle or
no
quiet.
one was being quiet. No one was saying. We were whispering.
No.
You weren't yelling about it, but
I
like
was
there were
speaking
other people in the
draconic
bar,
the whole
and you
time.
kind of look over and you all notice that like all of them have kind of paid attention, but all of them are interacting with Danica with kind of knowing glances. It appears that the people who are here appears to be members of the keepers.
Okay,
The
good.
squad.
I'm gonna leave a single.
Squad.
Oh my god.
I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah,
leave a
that's
gold
a
on
bit
the
I've
table
been
for
trying to
Danica.
work in.
Sorry,
I'm leaving a gold on the table for Danica,
she just swings by and grabs the gold and just kind of nods at you.
and we're out of
We're
here.
out of here.
Cleared a path for us.
Wait, good luck.
Oh.
I'll be back tonight
Okay.
for that championship.
Taken. No,
I'll be back.
no, I know from the movie Taken.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
there's a mistaken.
Alright, so path is cleared. You kind of make your way outside. There are definitely guards milling about and around. As you get a little bit closer, heading over to Grandma's house,
Okay.
you do notice that there is a series of guards who are posted outside, specifically around the gates around the house, around the mansion. But there appears to have been some kind of a break in the gates that's been created, and one person there in a dark cloak that's kind of just hanging out in the shadows and kind of beckons you over and kind of gestures to that as kind of as your way in, as it were.
Okay, let's follow that.
Pass without trace.
That's probably wise.
Let's get that.
Alright, pass without trace. I'll get everybody to roll stealth for me.
Huzzah!
Let's get our.
Hell, this is bad.
Allura with the natural 20.
Yeah!
That's a 41.
Jesus
Oh my
fucking
God.
Christ.
Oh, it's plus 20?
Yeah. No, it's
No,
plus
plus
10.
10.
Plus
But
10.
her
But she's
stealth is
got-
crazy.
I'm pretty stoked. I got a 14 and a 15 on a
Yo!
disadvantage. Let's go.
Yeah.
So
21.
that's,
So, with the plus 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm
21.
at 11 plus the 1 stealth plus 10.
Oh, plus stealth.
Okay,
So 12, 22.
Right. Yeah.
32.
32.
26.
A natural 20.
Wow.
26.
Oh, we are all so
41.
fucked.
Finally.
stealthy.
A thing
Very
is going to
quiet,
happen.
middle of the day, no foliage around. You're just bear crawling your way, like just military style crawling your way up as best you can. But the shadow's kind of clinging to you, basically wide out in the open, but you do manage to apparently make it there unseen. And you kind of look back, and Leaf, you kind of glancing back, you notice that each of the guards have somebody wearing a very similar cloak that's talking to them.
Yeah.
Appearing to
Yeah.
The boys.
The keepers of the feather.
So,
Ah!
as you approach the doors of the estate of Lord and Lady Walker on the northeast end of town, the road continues up a small set of iron gates, rusted on their hinges, currently open. Making your way through the gates up to the entranceway, you eventually step up to the door that you were greeted at previously.
What are we doing?
What would you like to do?
Allura, you said something about being sneaky.
Can we make it
Tries the door, the handle is locked. Instinctively pulls
Hang
out
on a
her-
second before you maybe just make sure it's not trapped.
Yep. Instinctively pulls out her tools and
Is this
checks
the
for
trap
traps.
door that we're going to?
It's up to you guys.
Do you want to do a perimeter sweep?
Let's learn from our mistakes.
Yeah, let's
You know
do.
from before that there was a back door because you did do a quick perimeter sweep
Yeah.
last time. There are the two main entrances, and then there's also the what's it called? The cellar door.
Right.
That was also along the side. which
Looking
was-
around though, are the windows like open with curtains? Are they all shut? Like, can we see
they're-
inside the house at all to see if there's anything in there?
all the windows are closed.
Yeah.
A couple of them are boarded up. All the rest of them are closed off with curtains. Nothing you can see from the outside going in.
Okay.
I can't remember if we knew for sure, but something tells me that the girl is in the upstairs.
Yeah, we knew that.
So
from,
going in the cellar seems kind of counterproductive to me.
Right.
Well, I mean, we're not going to get out of here without a fight.
Are there balconies at all on the house? Like, is there like a top level, like a balcony if we wanted to climb up? Or they're never
Yeah.
gonna see us though.
There is a top level. There are no balconies, but there's kind of an overhang that you would be able to stand on to be able to get a view inside. But it's you're looking at 10 feet up off the ground.
I can cast rope trick, which sends
Yeah!
a rope up into the air that we could all climb up.
10 feet up off the ground?
Yeah.
I can just hoist whoever. I'm fucking 8 feet tall.
Right, but we're also in midday.
That's true.
Climbing on the side of a house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
We're
think
gonna
we-
want to go. I think we should go through the back door.
Yeah,
So you've got
I'm
main
with
door,
Wes on
back
this.
door, and kind of cellar side door.
Let's
Yeah,
take the back door.
Back door.
Back door. All right. So quickly
Yeah.
making your way back around to the side, to the back of the house. This door is also locked.
Yeah.
Laura checks for traps. Does not appear to be trapped, best you can tell. Pulls out her lockpicks, and it's not quite able to get
Can I
out.
cast
unfortunately.
guidance on...
Sure. I'll say you were
Yeah,
able
sorry,
to
is that
cast
okay?
guidance. I don't think it's gonna make a
Oh,
difference.
okay, fair enough.
Ooh, actually. Yeah. No, it doesn't make a difference.
Damn it!
Yeah,
Ah,
it
son of a
does.
bitch.
Yeah.
No,
No.
Can I give it a
Dang.
try, Allura?
Yeah.
Can I cast guidance on?
All right. So you get D4 as well.
Oh yeah.
Guidance.
Guidance, Mr. Guidance.
Guide my hand,
Quickly
please.
pops out of the way and kind of like
10.
Fuck. Now, that's gonna be a 11 plus 15.
15. You just kind of catch it, and you're just barely able to get what she was unable to find. The
Yeah.
last year. You were able to unlock the door.
You loosened
So,
it for me, thank you.
Door to the outside, locked, now open. Nothing of note aside from assorted doors here. You've got one door directly in front of you. I'm going to go ahead and pull up. Yeah.
Yes!
Let's go.
Grandma map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who wants to smoke a big old perception check and get this going?
So,
That'll be me, probably.
Yeah, someone who's really great at perceiving.
I have
things.
+7 on perception,
this is
so.
a big old map. This is also, we're going old school because I had this prepped a long time ago, so
Oh, my dice
pencil
rainbow.
crayons are a
Yeah!
thing. So,
Yeah.
Oh, we got
This-
to use our minute.
Pre-CGI.
yeah, that's the back.
Get your minutes out there, guys.
Here we
Put 'em
go.
on there.
Here
I'm not
we
in there.
go.
So I was in there first.
Here we go. Here we go again.
Satellite
Where's
radio.
Alora's mini?
Les, what's my weakness?
Lures mini is here.
Man, you heard it.
Alright, so Elite, you're the first one to step inside into the back door.
Okay.
Freaking
So-
Izzo.
You've got a very, very small 10-foot area there that you step into. 3 doors, one on your left, one directly in front of you, and one on your right.
Okay.
If we have to kill somebody, should we just shout like the Burgomaster sends his regards?
Just to fuck shit up.
This
Yeah.
was the last
Yeah,
one.
let's
I
do
don't
it.
know. You can just
Yeah.
fucking turn into the Isaac.
Check my luck.
Oh yeah.
Do any of the doors appear trapped?
Chest
Coconut water.
Which one are you checking first?
Front. Straight ahead.
Straight ahead, go and make an investigation check.
Investigation check.
Have you still got guidance?
Have I got
Or is
what?
it? Have you still got guidance, or is it just? A
Oh, yeah, I guess I
one-time
do.
only?
One at a time.
Okay.
Now.
Every time it'd be like, Leaf, give him guidance, and he'll just go boop, 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 and literally just like tap you on the shoulder. And that's it.
Yeah, for what it's worth, just like.
Add a
Oh,
D4.
it's
7.
Add a D4.
Oh yeah, guidance. Yay, guidance. 11.
11. Door doesn't appear to be trapped. It is unlocked.
Perfect. Straight through, everyone.
Straight through.
All right. So I open the door.
Okay.
Well, actually, sorry. Before I open the door, I listen to see if I can hear anybody's voices on the other side.
Okay. Listening at it, dead silence.
Okay.
Well, wait. Silence or
Dead silence.
Silence.
Guess we don't know until we open it.
Opening the door,
Sorry.
you see servants' coats and aprons hang from hooks in this small room, while boots are neatly lined up against the wall. And it pushes back. You've just got this little 10-foot space in there.
Okay. So that's just like a mudroom, basically.
Yeah, it appears to just be like a closet of some kind.
Okay.
Anything cool in there?
Make a perception check.
Not 20.
Natural 20. Looking in along the back wall, you notice that there is a latch along the back right side of the wall.
I'm gonna bring it to Allura's attention and say, do you mind giving this bad boy a check here?
She kind of pushes into the room beside the leaf. Doesn't appear to be trapped. The latch is a fairly simple one, essentially just undoes and just click, and then a secret door opens. And it's a very, very narrow one. Even for her, she'd have to squeeze to be able to get through it, but it does appear to descend to a staircase going down.
Well, well. Should we clear this floor first, then come back?
I think so.
It's always good to check your perimeters, check all corners, make sure there's no
You're
one
right,
down
Jack.
here.
And
You're
we
a powerful
stick
general.
together.
I agree.
Absolutely.
do not.
This is a little small. I don't know if Leaf can make it down in there. Could he?
He could, it would just be very
Very
tight.
tight?
Yeah, you'd be moving essentially at a encumbered pace.
We'll have to grease you up.
Yeah.
Now grease me up, woman!
Cool. Let's check another door.
To the right.
To the right? Okay. Check for traps.
That's perception, right?
Investigation.
Investigation. That's right. That's right. 3. 14.
14. Doesn't appear to be trapped.
Okay. Is it locked?
Is unlocked.
All right. Any sounds on the other side?
No sounds on the other side.
Okay. I guess you don't need more perception for that.
Truly the Metal Gear episode.
Yeah.
The what?
The
Okay.
Metal Gear.
Open the door.
Okay. Furnishings in this room are bereft of imagination. 4 simple beds with equally austere
Is
wooden
this
chests.
this side?
It's this side.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like a servant's quarters.
Every
probably.
time I'm like,
Just the servants' quarters.
Quarters. Okay.
Anything cool in here?
Make a perception check. So all of you guys have made your way in, I assume, closing the door behind you at this point?
That's good.
Here,
I add guidance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're all going here, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
go for it.
Where's my guidance?
Should we just pull one? Should we just use one mini so we're not moving all 4 around?
Sure.
Like moving there.
Sure.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough. If you,
So
if you
pick
do.
the people who would be investigating. So
I would-
Allura would be one, and Elite would be another. So
I'll be
I just
It also
rolled
just
for
helps
it.
because if like surprise attacks
look
come,
around.
it's good to know what.
No,
where-
definitely.
Yeah. 22.
22,
Perception 14.
14.
Oh, is it perception? Sorry, I thought it was investigation.
Perception.
For perception, I would get a 26.
26. Doesn't appear to be anything of note. Seems to be fairly basic servants' quarters, a couple of beds, some basic wooden trunks, lots of clothes. All, dirty a little bit, but not unkempt per se.
Hey guys, while we're in here, should we perhaps try and throw on cloaks so we look kind of servanty?
I mean, I'm already wearing cloak, but...
They had specific outfits, didn't they?
They did.
I don't know we can probably fool people better.
You do notice that the outfits that they were wearing are not amongst the clothes that are here.
Very
also,
good.
Nice.
look, at this point, if they catch us in here, is there any point in deception anyway?
Oh, immediately I'm going to turn into Isaac, just so you're aware.
Okay.
Alright, so from within this room as well, you do have the one door leading out into another area there, or you can backtrack and go through the other door that you haven't gone through yet.
I think we backtrack. That's clear.
Yeah, I imagine this will lead to kitchen.
Dining room, yeah.
Why?
Because we would have been in there before.
Okay. So we're going back over here to check out this door.
Yeah, let's go to places.
Do you want the same rigmarole of perception for trap and blah 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 blah?
We'll say just for the floor, you're covered.
Okay, great.
It'll just make life a little easier.
Okay, and so no one's talking on the other side of this one?
No one talking on the other side of this one either.
Okay.
Door's unlocked. Open the door. Alright. This room holds crates of old clothing, as well as 3 barrels of drinking water, 2 empty wine barrels, and 1 full, each labeled Red Dragon Crush, and bearing the sigil of the Wizard of Wine's winery.
Okay.
Nice, that one fully.
So are these the clothes that the servants were wearing in this room? You said there was a bunch of just old clothes.
Old clothes. No, these were different. These
Or
appear
rags.
to be discarded clothes, maybe burned, torn in some way.
Okay.
Anything cool or of interest? Nothing.
Looking around, the one large barrel of wine is about the only thing of any real note.
Is the empty barrels, are they visibly empty?
Yep, they're upright, and you can see that whatever remains in the bottom, just a few minor drops of liquid.
Oh, okay, cool. I wasn't sure if they were transparent or if anything could have been hidden inside one.
No, they're just wooden barrels.
Okay.
Let's keep
Can we go in this space here?
Yep, so there's 2 other doors, so you've got the one door that's... Sorry. This can get pulled down a little bit.
Oh.
There.
Ooh.
So there's stairs here that we know about?
Nope.
No, sorry, those ones
We
you don't know about yet.
those.
Okay.
That's that.
Okay.
That is probably the way we would end up going though after this.
Downstairs?
That,
upstairs.
Or upstairs?
That goes up.
Upstairs.
Okay.
Clear the top
That's where you
floors.
are right now. So there's a door on the bottom side of that room that you can see, and then there's the door back from the servants' quarters as well.
And then there's the doors right here.
Yeah, door right there.
I think I'll go for it.
Keep going.
Well, maybe let's clear that other room first.
This one?
Little baby room.
That's the cellar door.
Oh, okay. We don't need to worry about that
Yeah,
right now.
that's why it's hard cut off there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay,
Alright.
so let's just go forward.
Forward
Okay.
again.
Yeah.
All right, forward again. Door is unlocked, untrapped.
Mhm.
No sound coming from the other side again.
Perfect. Okay, let's do it.
Do you want to move this? Sure.
So this
Hold
is going to
it.
be a fairly big room. This one's going to go a ways down.
Yo.
Opens right up. What? Yeah, good enough. Good enough.
Good enough.
There we go. All right, so stepping into this one, a wash basin stands in the northeast corner of this fairly small kitchen, with a slender door to the west wall leads to an even smaller pantry.
and
It's,
there's nobody around and no.
No sound,
So
no
far.
movement that you can see.
Let's crack that pantry
This is
open.
really weird,
Yeah.
you guys. There's no house of a noblewoman that there should be no servants around in the daytime.
Particularly around the kitchen area, not even doing simple tasks
Is there
compared to the
any
bigger
signs
masters.
of food made or any signs of
No signs of prepared food. There, you can see that there that little outlet thing that is fireplace, stovetop. All of it dead cold. Just
I think we
That's
take
correct.
full advantage of this right now.
I agree. I mean, there may be something, but we should.
All right, looking in the pantry, there is quite a bit of food. Cured meats, raw meats as well. Some of them on ice. Fair bit of vegetable. It definitely looks like it is a stocked pantry. It's just that nothing is currently being cooked or used.
Hey, can I make a suggestion right now? I know it's here. We know they don't like the daytime.
Yeah,
They might all be sleeping right now.
Upstairs.
Yeah, downstairs.
Anywhere.
Somewhere
much-
that daylight can't get
Just
to.
if anyone sees like a chest
But they
or
weren't
anything.
vampires.
Do we know that?
Exactly.
How much food did I get out of that hall?
For the party, about two days worth of 3 meals a day.
I was
Nice,
coming
I
with
like
the
that.
Kresk Express, so.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Upstairs.
Anything else in here worth noting?
Not really. Just a few kitchen utensils, knives, pots, pans. That's about it.
Do we completely cover this floor and just?
I think we covered
all
this
that's left is the living room that's over
Well,
here.
we don't.
Which
know
you also,
that.
what you do know because you've been in that room before. There is technically one thing you don't know about. You do remember when you were in the dining area before, there was a door that some servants were coming in and out of. That no one was coming in and out of, but there was a door kind of behind where Lady Walker was sitting.
I think we gotta clear this floor.
Thanks, memory. Let's go.
We
back
did
around
it.
there.
It was only like a week ago, so
Yeah.
you would remember pretty
That's
easily.
so funny. It's like a fucking week ago.
It's been a long
Jesus
ass
Christ.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? Is when Barovia is so small, it doesn't take long to go from point A to point B.
Yeah. Alright, so going in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that Allura is just
So
leaning.
at this point, you can go ahead and pull
Yeah, right.
all that off, except
All
for
of
this one right here.
Okay.
This is the one thing that you don't know about yet.
Okay.
Move out of the way. Dice!
Sorry.
There we go. So yeah. So that
Oh,
can get
Jody,
pulled
you
off
ruined
this
my
one.
rainbow.
So
Oh, no.
that
Beverly, you're right.
that thing can get pulled off now as well.
This
This
one?
guy?
Yeah, the whole thing. Okay, so stepping through into this one, this is the room that you had seen previously. Excuse me. You've got the elegant couches surrounding over table made entirely of black glass. All are set in front of now a cold hearth. Several small portraits adorn the wall far into the room, each depicting a single figure that you're used to seeing. The Lady Walker, her husband, the two sons, and then the one of the daughter that is in disrepair. Other than that, room appears cold, bare, currently unused.
So, I just want to put this out there so you're aware. The instant I hear, like, anyone going to attack us,
Yep,
shifting into Isaac.
gotcha.
Alright. Well, you guys remember there was that one door we never went through.
I agree, Lester.
Is there anything else of interest in this room? Like any chests
Oh
or...
fuck! Isn't like the hold
There
on.
was
Can I
paintings
make a
around
perception check
Jordan just
specifically
mentioned
at the portraits to see if there are any moving eyes or any fucking weird shit like that?
Yeah.
Go make a perception check.
Gee.
Oh.
Well, okay,
it's out
I'm
of the
alright with
box,
that.
Yeah.
19.
19. All the portraits are perfectly flat. You kind of run your hand
Good.
across all the eyes.
Didn't want any Scooby-Doo shit going on.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh, Scoob.
Yeah, we're all like putting our heads up.
Alright, so the last door on the main floor, you can go ahead and rip off that one there.
This one?
Yep.
That's when we get chased by the spooky guy running around the house.
Perfect. So this one reveals wood paneling, embroidered rugs, colorful furnishings, and a cold fireplace make this chamber stiflingly hot, even without the fire running. Mounted above the mantel is an elk's head, while across from the hearth, tall, slender windows look out onto the dead gardens outside.
Nice.
Anything else in here?
There's some items of monetary value. You've got a golden goblet,
I'll be taking
crystal
that.
wine decanter, some silver candelabras, and a bronze urn.
Stealing
Do you wanna
everything
check
from
The
me.
one
things
thing of
before you
note
pick
that's
up?
kind of interesting is there's a bronze urn with frolicking children painted on it.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh. Yeah, that's what I thought
Is
too.
that what I think
Sneaking
it
around
was?
makes me nervous. Sorry.
So, yeah.
Can I?
The guards here everything.
I don't want to touch the urn, but I want to examine it.
Sure.
As best I can.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, I did that.
Okay.
Yeah, with a d4.
I think I did that.
Get that guy.
Investigation. 13.
13.
Not great, but something.
Looking at it, trying to investigate, see if there might be magical in any way. You kind of like grab one of the candelabras and just kind of like poke it a little bit. Doesn't appear to be magical, able to move easily enough.
Okay.
Nice make, it's just kind of odd looking. For the
Yeah.
rest of the decor of the house, it kind of stands out as a little weird.
Okay.
Is there anything else in this room that's like secret doors or...
Big perception check.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
23.
23. Lifting up some of the tapestries on the walls, pulling down the elk's head, looking for any kind of crevices or anything. Doesn't appear to be anything in the room. It's just a few pieces that are laid out.
Okay. I say we come back and loot this later. Let's finish clearing.
Yeah.
Upstairs.
Shop where
We're exiting through here.
It's
Or
just, it's
downstairs.
curious
Well,
why
I think we should go
none of the
upstairs.
servants came in here. There is the possibly something.
They just might be out doing whatever the fuck the demons did.
No,
No,
when we first visited.
Does anybody want to look inside this urn?
Not particularly.
Yeah, me neither.
No, let's just go
Not
upstairs
right
and try to
now.
make this quick as possible.
That's fair.
Yeah, we're dilly-dallying. We need to make sure we're in and out as much as we can.
So, climbing a 15-foot staircase, you reach a hallway with a window overlooking the estate grounds. Framed portraits and mirrors festoon the walls, surrounding you with judging looks and dark reflections. At one of the many doors in the hall, you hear a faint scratching sound.
Yeah, that's our girl.
And this one lays right over top,
Can
just
we
like
cure
that.
madness yet? I forgot about
No.
this.
That's okay.
No!
No, I did the math on this. It's like, I gotta do a few more push-ups.
And the scratching sound that you hear is coming
Enough push-ups to get you...
this door here.
To 9th level.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 9th level. Ruh-roh.
Are there...
Wait, don't we have a potion that cures?
Well, that was what I was asking the guy about.
Oh,
that.
right,
Yeah,
right,
I know.
right, yeah.
What, you guys hear that?
Yes.
Can we do a little perception?
The potion?
The potion, it was just like minor restoration or something that we got last time from the...
It cures a condition.
Oh, it cures madness.
A condition. Madness is a condition.
Oh, that was what I was asking.
Yeah. No, it'll cure. So it'll cure a specific condition.
Oh.
Madness is considered a
A
condition.
specific condition?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, we've got a way.
There we go.
Life finds
Can
a way.
I do a Scooby-Doo check like what Leaf did? That whilst we're in this corridor with mirrors and paintings that they're on.
Sure. Make a
Can you
perception check.
stop scratching? It's so like...
It's the worst.
Unnerving?
Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm itchy and that I need to be scratching.
I'm gonna go.
I'm not getting ASMR tingles in the slightest.
Yeah, it's like
All guided then?
Sure.
You're like, I'm looking around.
I have to go.
So it would be perception.
Yeah.
That's an unnatural 20.
Yeah!
Looking around, touching all the paintings and everything.
I hate this so much.
What do you say, guys? Y'all see what's in there?
Yep. Let's do it.
So looking around, Allura checking for traps on this one.
Sure.
Guidance.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
making that on
Yeah, that'll be
Leafs.
fine. That's a 22. Best you can tell, the door is not trapped, but it is locked.
Alright, before we go in there, do you want to, like, have some
Yeah.
cocked action?
Oh, it's already done.
Eldritch Blast ready to go, in case something goes out.
Not in case anything goes out, because there might be a trapped girl in here. But I will be ready.
I could perhaps hold a hold person spell.
I was gonna say, if she's mad, I can't imagine we're gonna put the potion down her throat right this second. We have to be able to get her out of here quietly.
So
If that's what we're trying to do.
I'll ready a spell.
Okay. Alright, let's go.
We can always just knock her out and carry her
Allura,
over.
would you mind unlocking the door and using both of your hands?
So, Allura takes her lockpick, goes into the door, begins kind of fiddling with the lock, and you hear that the scratching suddenly stops. And then you just hear, "Can little kitty come out to play? Little kitty is sad and lonely. Promises to be good this time. She really does."
We're here to help. Yes.
And then the scratching starts up again.
That's okay. That's okay. Just
So,
open the
Allura's going to try and unlock the door.
Yes.
Wait. Can I... we still have... We have the immovable rod still, don't we?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, of course.
We did not lose that.
I'll throw it into the sea. For my many friends to help.
try to unclick it and then throw it.
Now the Trojan race can benefit from an immovable rod.
Yeah, they will when I get there.
When you can see, the door does open inwards.
Okay, so we're okay.
So the rod could
Yeah, that would-
bar it.
Right, okay. I was just thinking it was something real scary, but no, it's good.
Alright, Allura's picking the door.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
For the record, I also have my rope at hand. It's not
Please
in my
be ready with
hands,
that potion.
but
Yeah, I got it.
Can't believe I fucking rolled that.
Wait, who opened the door?
Allura.
Allura did.
Uh-oh.
did you roll on that one?
No, I rolled a natural 19.
Yeah.
Plus a 2 from the guidance. Plus her modifier is plus 9. That's a 30.
Yo.
Wow.
She already had the
You
key
see
card
on the
right?
door. It's 30.
Yeah.
This is designed to be a door that can only be unlocked with a key.
Well.
And a 30 is the one exception for that. 30,
Holy
30
shit.
plus is the impossible impossible mark.
Oops.
You should not be able to do this.
She rogued it.
Or B.
Alright.
Yay!
So-
Hey, hold on. That means we skipped some shit. and it's
As
gonna
the
all
door
fall out.
loudly creaks open,
Fuck.
the hinge is heavily rusted, the room is musty and dark. An iron-framed bed fitted with leather straps stands near a wall, but the place has no other furnishings of any kind. No windows, tapestries, chairs, pictures, no decoration. Scurrying away from you on all fours is a young woman in a soiled nightgown. Matted and frizzy blonde hair tangle atop her head, chipped nails and skin patchy with dirt and assorted scratches. She leaps onto the bed and hisses at you wildly.
I'm just
I'm
whole
gonna-
person. Just
I want to
Gonna
speak.
cast whole person?
I had it readied for like.
Yep. So what's your DC?
My DC is Wisdom saving for.
You can take this off.
Oh.
You can reveal that one room.
This one?
Yeah.
So
No, it's the one above that.
Like here?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah. That's the room that you see.
so
You don't see it quite yet.
sorry, it's been a wee while. My
person.
is.
Whole person would be your
Spell
spell
saving.
saving. So what's your spell thing?
It says it's a wisdom saving.
Yeah, but your spell save
yeah, your
DC
spell save
is,
DC.
is 8
Yeah,
plus
so
your proficiency
13.
plus your spellcasting ability is charisma.
Okay, so that would be.
So your spell save DC would actually be 18 then, right? Because
It
your
would-
charisma is 5, your proficiency is 3.
charisma
Charisma's in 5.
2.
No,
yeah,
no.
no, that's
Oh,
so
right,
that
that's
would be
her
5.
saving
So that
throw.
would be 5 plus 8.
So it's still 13.
Yeah, it would be 13 then.
Okay, yeah. I have my spell save DC is 15, but it says it's a wisdom saving. Throw.
Yeah,
So
there.
that means that I have to roll
Oh.
my wisdom
Yeah.
against that. That is not good enough. So on the bed, just kind of hissing, and you can see the mouth begin to form words, and then just
Okay, in.
and freezes in
Okay,
place.
I want to use like my speech with Beast and Leaf or whatever.
Yep.
And just say like as a cat or as a feline or whatever. Say we're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you if you wanna.
And there's like no ability
Yeah, no.
to react in any way.
Okay.
Do we want
I
to hear
wanna
what she
use-
has to say?
I would love to hear what she has to say.
It's probably gonna be a little gibberish, but
Do you want me to tie her up before we date? I don't want. I think it's gonna make her more scared.
I think so too. I think we
Yeah.
close the door behind us
Close the door and lock it.
and we just
Let's
try
not
and
lock it in case we can't get it
let's
unlocked.
try and calm the situation.
wait, don't we
Hydrate.
have something that can kill if she's got madness?
We do, but she can't drink it right now.
What about charm? Can you charm her?
I could try.
I had it ready.
That's okay.
And
That's all right.
Yeah,
It's
that
good.
was a
It
good-
was-
it was a
we
good
weren't sure
bet.
what
Yeah.
was
She
going
could
to
have
be.
shrieked and brought the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
house
no,
down
no,
on
no,
us.
no,
So,
no,
That's true.
but maybe the doctor could charm her, and then you could let it.
Also, I wasn't
Drop.
entirely sure whether it was going to be a creature just.
I understand completely. I think you did
I
the
mean,
right
we're
thing.
still not sure about that.
Jordy,
Yo.
if I try and cast Charm Person on her and Hope drops Hold Person, will that land? So, like, it won't drop both spells?
No.
Okay. So I'm gonna...
Two different casters.
Cool. I'm gonna...
I'm just gonna use this.
Okay, that's...
It's getting zanned up right now.
Cool.
It's not accurate, but I can't find the right mini.
No worries.
I am going to try and cast Charm Person.
Do you want one of these ones?
So it's like-
Alright, so Charm Person DC is
18.
18 Wisdom. Ooh, that is a natural 19.
Oof.
Damn
Heck.
Unaffected by the charm.
Alright. Well, there go my 2 spell slots, so...
Okay.
So she's still just frozen there. Hold Person lasts for a minute.
I don't know if I have that down.
I have it, so...
Within 60 feet. Succeed or be paralyzed. At the end of its turn, it can make another throw. If it succeeds, the spell ends.
Why doesn't one of you just get at talking to people? Talk her down before the spell ends?
That's the plan.
Yeah, no,
And
I mean,
then-
I'm happy to keep the conversation going. But I'm not
Honestly, if she's
super
crazy enough, I
persuasive.
can cast my or if she's irrational enough at the moment, I can cast my cantrip, and maybe the dancing
We
lights
can
will
also
distract
just
her.
force her to drink the
No,
thing.
okay.
I think that we should probably try and befriend her, if anything.
Oh, find out who she is.
Your mother said that little kitty could come out to play, but you have to be very good, okay?
And at this point, you see the ability, or she's able to now resist the spell and begins moving again, and just like backs up against one of the walls completely, and like has like a really just gnarled hand with like very badly chipped nails, like just slashing the air in front of your face, but not actually.
I'm gonna take some of the cured meat out of my bag. It's like, here, are you hungry? I'm gonna leave it on the ground, and I'm gonna walk back.
That's exactly how you make friends with cats.
Well, that's so. That's a. Can I roll with advantage if I have proficiency?
No.
Okay. That is a 13.
13? Okay. She's kind of like. Like snatches it up and like almost uses like the broken nails to like dig into it, and then kind of brings it up to her mouth and just like starts gnawing on it a little bit.
Grapes. You still have some of those grapes from the winery.
That's right. Yeah. Do you want a little bit more? Here's some fruit for you.
She's like slowly like starting to like put her back down a little bit and like kind of go back onto all fours instead of being like riled up in the corner. He doesn't know your smell.
Do you want to learn our smell? We can stay very still until you feel okay.
And she like snatches the meat again and kind of like goes over into the corner and just kind of like turns her back a little bit and like kind of just pads around on the bed a little bit.
Okay, this is looking better now.
He's sweating profusely, thinking about how this is the person that's going to help us with Strahd.
Oh boy.
All
right.
I'm just kind of like not. I'm just like hanging back now, like very uncertain about how to.
Okay. Kitty.
Just kind of like is still away from you. Just kind of like looks over her shoulder at you.
Would you like to go out?
Kitty isn't louder.
Why not?
Dangerous.
I'm gonna just take a bit more meat and
Just
put
like
it there.
snatches it up and goes back in the corner and just starts gnawing on the meat and just keeps looking at you.
Can I?
Give her the drink.
Here's a crazy
What if we
question.
protect you?
Hey, she looks pretty banged up, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? She looks pretty banged up?
She's pretty fucked up.
She doesn't look physically hurt,
Physically hurt?
but
Yeah, she's just-
mentally is just.
She kind of
Like-
sounds like she's like malnourished
She's
and
went
stuff
through
too.
a lot.
Could
and
we
yes.
do anything to, like, heal her up a little bit, like make her feel a little better? Like, I imagine the food's helping, but it's not.
Like she's got broken nails.
She looks like she's got broken nails. She's
Yeah.
got like scratch marks down her arms. You can
Yeah.
see like she's probably clawed at
Yeah.
herself. In terms of actual like wounds, things that you can heal, there's nothing really that your magic would be able to do. The only thing would be to fix whatever is wrong mentally.
I want to. Okay, crazy question.
Okay.
Supposing we were to apply this potion to a piece of meat to give to her.
It's a liquid.
Yeah, it's a liquid.
Okay, dang. Can't Monkey Island this.
I mean,
No,
worst case scenario.
there are things that will do that. There's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
called Codum's ointment, which can just be applied like a lather,
Oh, I see.
and that does that. But this
Okay.
one specifically is a potion that has to be drunk.
Okay.
I mean, we could always hold her down and get her to do it, but I don't
Yeah,
think we really want to do that.
I don't. Yeah, I
No,
don't
I
super
think
want to do that. It's who said it was dangerous?
The mother.
I'm just gonna keep putting food out. You look very hungry. I just want to make sure you're.
He doesn't get fed, so and she like snatches at the meat again and just pulls it up to her mouth.
Oh, that's really sad. We want to share with you.
You look thirsty. Can we offer you a drink?
She just kind of like nods very slightly.
Okay, I want to have emptied out my, if I have like a wine skin or something.
Yeah,
and
well, you have a wine and water.
Yeah, okay, I want to have put the potion in that.
In that, okay.
I can offer that to her.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hand her that.
She's kind of like
Yeah, just drink that.
and, like reaches for it a little, but like
I'm
doesn't
sorry, we're
actually
cool
grab
with
it out
this,
of your
right?
hand.
Oh.
Like kind of looks at the ground as if to like gesture put it down.
Oh, yes.
And just like reaches over and just like comes over and just snatches it off of the ground and then just pulls the top off and just.
That's
Would you
for
like a bit more meat?
And he snatches the meat up again and eats it, and then just kind of like looks at the wineskin, persuasion check.
Can I cast guidance on him?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Oh, thank
You
Christ.
decide.
Oh, that was close.
26.
26. Okay. She just kind of like looks at it and just
It's gonna help you get strong.
and begins to drink it. So can you pass me the card?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Kitty needs a milk.
Oh my god.
That was the most disgusting thing I've ever heard you say.
No.
Yeah, that's real bad.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin.
I know, Kitty. It's me, Les Paul, the Charlie Rams.
Would you like some milk?
Yeah.
Of
We need to be
course.
playing
I don't
like
think this-
new pussycat.
Thanks to the cat.
That does it, right? Condition.
Yeah, disease afflicting you.
That's okay.
yeah,
okay.
I'll say that includes a condition.
Okay, just checking. Fuck, I was
So
supposed to
as she's drinking the liquid, you can see that like kneeling in the or like kind of pressed up against the back of the corner, like still one paw hand down on the ground, and then the other just kind of like holding it, and then slowly lifts the other hand off the ground and begins drinking further and further, and the kind of like feline-esque like. For lack of a better term, the Asian squat, right? Where it's like
Slav squat, I guess.
Slav squat, yeah.
yeah, where it's like you're fully on your on your feet, and your knees are buckled under themselves, and you kind of are like that. Slowly begins to become like a seating position, and then eventually draining the flask after a good, 15, 20 seconds or so. Kind of like looks up and just starts blinking profusely, and just like suddenly just grabs the top of her head and just. And like is in pretty severe pain.
Okay,
Do you wanna-
yeah, can I do some sort of medicine check on her to see what's going on?
And you come over and you check on her. Go and make a medicine check.
Can I assist?
No, this is just specific for him.
You cool if I guide this
Yep.
one? Alright, God
Yeah,
bless.
you've got enough time to think about it.
Fuck me. Oh.
Uh-oh.
No.
Yikes.
Ruh-roh.
That's a 12.
12.
Yeah.
Specific cause, you're not sure, but
It's women's troubles.
Oh no.
with
Calm down. Must
with
not
the
be good.
mental state that she was in
Yeah,
when the door
no,
was
no.
opened, it would make sense that this is essentially that
Yeah, you're.
being pushed from her mind as best it can.
Yeah, you're coming down. That's a
And
bad
she just
trip.
kind of like slowly the erratic breathing and like the rapid movements begin to lessen a little bit as
Okay.
she starts to get into a seated position.
I just kind of want to be like gently talking the whole time, just saying, it's all good.
Yeah.
We're here to help.
Yeah, we're here to help.
She's just kind of like sitting there, just rocking and like holding her head and like covering her eyes and like pressing the center of her palms into her eyes as if to like give yourself that dazed feeling kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then eventually just kind of removes that after a good 30 seconds, maybe a minute, if not even a little longer. Kind of removes that and just starts like blinking around the room. And who are all of you?
No, hold out a hand, say, I'm Leaf. It's nice to meet you.
What are you?
We're here to help you.
Allow me. My name is D'Amato.
Maybe Allura. And I like
And Allura.
and
Allura as
tell
well.
Allura to kind of like move forward. So she looks a little more normal.
Stella.
A pleasure.
What are you doing here?
We're here to free you.
I'm Elise. I know we all look a little strange. We're not from around here, but I promise you we mean you no harm. What's the last thing that you remember before this?
The summonings.
The summonings.
No, I can't. Where's my mother? Where is she?
We don't know.
Who's your mother?
Fiona. Lady Wachter. Where is she?
She's not in the house right now, as far as we can tell.
Where's Victor?
Victor, I imagine he's at the Burgomaster's estate. We haven't seen him. What appears to be happening is that your mother has attempted on the life of the Burgomaster.
Wait. How long have I been here?
We don't know. We came.
I'm gonna keep offering her food if she's
Yeah.
hungry.
Thank you.
We came to find yous, and doesn't seem like you're in much of a fit state. So it may be some time has passed that you might not remember. We're here to help. We gave you a potion to help restore your memory and your faculties. But from the appearance, and I sort of like gesture for her to like look down at her hands, you may have been in this room for some time. Before we gave you the potion, you told us you weren't getting fed very often. So we don't know what's happened.
You can see that she kind of like now begins to realize what she's wearing and like the kind of the immodesty of it, and just kind of like instinctively
It's all,
looks for something.
I put my cloak around her.
And she just like grabs it and like fully like wraps herself in it, so that basically just her face and neck are visible.
When we spoke to Fiona earlier, we spoke to her about a week ago. She said that you were dead.
You are in her house. This is the Wachter house.
I mean, this was my room. Where are my things?
I'm afraid we don't know.
Your servants from the house.
Yes.
Before all this happened, did they have star symbols on their necks?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Insight check?
Go for it.
Where's it? I'll just use the big guy. Nah, that didn't work out so great for me. Fuck. It's a 11. I'm sorry, 12.
12. Yeah, she did know. She knows exactly what you're talking about. Just feigning ignorance.
Look, we know that there are some unearthly doings here.
Where is my mother?
I don't know.
Which is her rooms up on this floor?
Yes. It's across the hall. And she points kind of out the door and just a little bit off to the right.
Perhaps
I'm gonna go there.
Insight check before we do that.
Send you to the trap room.
Well, yeah, that's
Good.
Les has been waiting.
natural 20. So that's gonna be. Sorry, insight is perception, right? Or no? Yeah,
Insight.
sorry, which is the same. Anyways, 27.
27. She kind of like points over, and typically when people lie, they tend to not really think about what they're doing or overly think about it. With this, it seems to be the recollection of it's been a while, and she instinctively points in that direction and appears to be being honest.
Okay.
And you said there's no more doors trapped, right?
You haven't checked everything on the upper floor. On the lower floor, you've checked everything. The upper floor, you haven't.
Sorry, one of the things I wanted to.
Allura will come with you.
Yeah.
To check.
I wanted to see if she was trying to get us out of the room.
Okay.
I should have mentioned that first.
Doesn't appear to be trying to get you out of the room. Is
Okay.
continuing to talk to you. Just
Yeah.
kind of is still regaining her senses,
Okay.
kind of thing.
Would you like to guide us to this room and we can help?
She just kind of like points out the door, and so you can see at the top of the stairs there. Yeah, exactly right where you two are. There's that door there.
Maybe
So Allura checks the door for traps.
maybe
Does not appear to be trapped.
some of us should stay here with Stella as she recovers.
I'll
You guys stay here. I'm gonna go
Okay.
check out this room.
Just Allura and Les, and she says, "Door's not trapped."
Okay, I'm gonna open it.
Yep. So, all right. The door to this room is locked.
Oh.
So she.
It's
Oh,
not, it's not effective.
So Allura does need to pick the lock. Kind of gestures for Leaf to come
Yeah,
over.
go. Boop.
Yep.
We'll run back.
2. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Jesus, I'm rolling well for her. That
Yeah.
was a natural
You
17
really are.
plus 2, so that's a 28. Yeah, so opening the door, not
Just
much of an
wall
issue
hacked our
looking
way
in.
through the lock.
Alright, across from the door, a fire sputters and struggles for life in the hearth, above which hangs a framed family portrait. A noble father and mother, 2 young men, and a baby daughter in the father's arms. The younger boys are smiling in a way that suggests mischief, and the older couple look like uncrowned royalty. Wood paneling covers the walls of the room, and a closet and a framed mirror flank a curtained window to the south. To the north, a wide canopied bed lies pinned between the matching end tables with low-lit oil lamps. Stretched out on one side of the bed is a man dressed in black, his eyes each covered with a copper piece bearing the visage of Strahd von Zarovich, and his face bearing a striking resemblance to the man in the painting.
Well.
Yeah, we already
Do I
knew he was
recognize him?
dead.
Yeah,
The man in the painting? is the same person that you had seen downstairs in the painting hanging over the hearth. Is Lord Walker.
Wally Walker.
Wally.
Big WW.
Can I go and check his pulse?
Oh,
That is a very less thing.
Going over to the side, you can see that the skin is almost waxy, like it's being preserved in some way. And you check for a pulse, and there's nothing. It is ice cold to the touch. The only warmth coming off of the body is the one side that the fire is lighting, and is providing a little bit of warmth and glow. But otherwise, eyes closed, copper pieces over the eyes. Definitively, this is a dead man. But someone being preserved in some way.
Can I check his person for any items or anything that might be on him?
Dude.
He's dressed in a very simple silk black robe. Kind of looking through, he is naked underneath it. But otherwise, that's what
How long does it look like he's been dead for?
You have
Pick him up.
no idea. It looks like he could have
Let's
died
take him with us.
10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm running
No wounds.
He's not like decomposing.
There's no wounds. There's no blood anywhere. There's no imperfections in the skin, really, that you can see at all, except for a few varicose veins.
Is there anything of interest in the room outside of Dead Boy? Outside of Burning?
You're not in there.
Oh yeah, I'm not in there. So,
Yeah.
so maybe yeah.
But it was there was nothing really around. There was just the painting, and there was the fireplace, bed, and then is there a side?
What's
the
the
wardrobe?
There's a wardrobe.
Can I open that?
Yep. So opening up the wardrobe, you've got a lot of women's clothes and no men's clothes.
Are the women's clothes better than what?
I'm not gonna judge.
Sorry, we already party.
Stella?
Yeah, that she's wearing.
Substantially.
Okay, I'm gonna grab those clothes and then come back to the room to offer those.
So she's just kind of looking at those and just. These are my mother's. Where did you get these?
From the room that you just directed us to.
Fuck.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You've been through a lot, and I hand his clothes. These ones might serve you better than what you're wearing.
We can turn
We'll
around.
Yeah.
go.
Please.
Yes. And as they all come out of
Oh
the
wait,
room.
we're not all.
No, we're not
Are you
all
turning
leaving.
around? Oh, sorry. Okay.
Well, I
No,
wanna.
I think some can leave.
Maybe-
if
Yeah,
he's-
I'm happy.
I'll
to
stay in
leave.
the
You're
room,
staying
but
in?
turned around.
I'm gonna stay in with a leaf
Yeah.
Okay.
turned around just so that there's.
And I take my cloak back.
Okay.
Just as
You
she's
guys are in the
reaching.
room, and we're
Yeah.
on here. I'm just gonna whisper to the rest of the party. I'm like, I think we'll walk us in that.
I want to take a skim in the bedroom.
Okay. Looking around through the bedroom, looking through the wardrobe, trying to see if anything of any interest is there. There doesn't appear to be anything of any interest at all.
Can I just peek in? Does the bed look slept in? Like it's like if
The
it's
bed looks slept in
Oh.
on one side.
Yeah. Okay.
And not the side he's lying in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gross.
Creepy and
God, lots of gross beds today. Huh?
Yeah, really, I mean, this whole bedroom kick is pretty rough.
I just want to mention also, there's one room we haven't been to
and
yet.
we actually haven't
There's
been
two.
over here
There's 2 rooms we
either.
haven't been
And
to yet.
we didn't
Three
go
rooms,
in.
yeah.
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 3.
And
There's
we really
4 rooms you haven't
blew
been
this
into yet.
fucking place out.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Let's-
there's 4 doors you haven't been through yet.
let's maybe one of us stay with Stella to keep her calm and to keep her
I think.
coming around.
Well, I'm not in this space for you
Over the
talking.
course of a minute or so, as you're discussing everything, checking out the room, she changes into something a little bit nicer. It doesn't fit her perfectly. It looks like it's made for someone a bit taller than she is, which makes sense. Her mother is taller than the girl that you've seen.
Out of curiosity, real quick, is there like a fancy red dress in that wardrobe?
Fancy red dress.
Yeah.
In that wardrobe, no.
Okay.
Okay. Let's get a complete that.
Mostly dark blacks.
Side quest
Kind of dull grays.
Extra experience points.
Okay.
Check
No
back
worries.
in with the habit.
I'm gonna just offer Stella a bit of water out of my canteen. Like, would you like to wash your face and hands?
If you wouldn't mind, and she kind of holds out her arms for you to pour.
Yeah, and I just do it very
She's just,
gently.
and you can see that she's in pain, realizing the scratches that are
Yeah.
there and the scars.
Oh, you know what? I can help you, and I cast Cure Wounds on her at first level.
All right, awesome. So the healing doesn't really come into play, but a lot of the scars and the wounds themselves close up, and she just kind of. You can use magic.
I'm not very good at it. Some of the others are a little better, but I've got some rudimentary sort of things I picked up in the woods.
Where are you from?
Well,
It's kind of a long
We're from
story.
the Sword Coast. Have you ever heard of it? It's beyond the mist.
You're from the place beyond the mist.
Yes.
How did you get here?
well,
Wait, how are you getting home?
Don't.
That's
Return
a-
to her.
Excellent question.
we're trying to figure that out, and we're trying to help the land whilst we figure that out.
We were not brought here voluntarily, so we're trying to find a way home.
Have you been around much magic before? For you to recognize this?
No, I haven't.
Inside check.
Yeah, go for it. I'll let both of you make it.
Thank
Come
you.
on.
Do you have any skills or anything useful to killing
That's
vampires?
I kind of do.
I mean, we got your
16?
joy.
No, I'm talking about
13.
While this is going on, can me and Laura check this room next?
Sure.
Well, there's the four of you
Oh, yeah, I'll
outside
go
of the room, so.
Well, Jesse's in the master bedroom.
Oh.
Leaf, Allura, and I are in
Yeah, I'll go with
hallway
you.
here. Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
doing much.
There was one thing I did forget actually. Sorry, in that little side area there's kind of that weird like triangular thing in the corner.
Yeah.
There is a little door with a closet in there. You do actually find that there's a fairly small locked iron chest in there.
Allura, do you want to take a look at this bad boy?
Fuck. This is
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
You don't really
fucking
catch anything off of that specifically. You notice that she's definitely seen magic before. You're not sure to what degree, but definitely is not 100% truthful in the words of not knowing magic at all.
Can I knock on the room there and say, "It's fine if I come in"?
Is that alright with you,
Yeah.
Stella?
It's fine. Please, can
Yeah, he's.
I know we all probably look a little strange to you, as if you've never seen anyone else from the Sword Coast, but
I have to admit, you look fairly similar to some of the Dusk Elves near the Vistani camp. But other than that, none of you look really that familiar. Half of obviously, but your demeanor is something that I haven't seen before, and your skin tone, gesturing to Allura, I haven't seen a dark-skinned human in a very long time.
beyond the mist, different races are just as common as people of different skin, humans of different skin.
It's a whole lot easier to catch a tan as well.
Did you mentioned the Dusk Elves at the Vistani camp. Did you used to travel a lot outside of the Vallaki?
Not much. I just heard of them. Anytime the Vistani would come into Vallaki, they would mention that the Dusk Elves were there, were assisting them.
Oh, the Vistani are not allowed into Vallaki anymore. They used to be?
Yes. Always. They were allowed, and they would trade their wares and get provisions from inside the city.
Inside chicken. Sorry, I was like, I should not meta game and be like, are they telling the truth? Are they lying? I have a 19.
Seems to be pretty honest.
But
Like
I am
the surprise on her eyes is pretty clear. So,
Can we have Allura check that
yeah.
box?
So checking the chest.
Yeah.
The chest is locked.
Yeah.
Does not appear to be trapped, as best you can see.
Open it up. Maybe unlock that bad boy, please.
Sure.
Pretty please.
Ugh, the music's gonna change.
And Mimic.
Out of the mirror comes Strahd.
30.
Yeah. Another key.
What dice are you using for Allura right now?
I'm switching. She's rolling well. Everyone else is rolling crap. Is able to pick the lock, but just kind of hesitates for a moment. Okay, and then opens the lock up, and from within the chest, you just hear, and then she and she gets pricked for 1 point of damage, and she has to make a saving throw. Succeeds on the save.
She's doing
you can
fine.
see her start to get a little woozy and like begin to fall to the ground and kind of catch herself, and just kind of like blink and like look down, and you can see that right where the trap would have, where the key was, where the lockpick was, there's a very slight green tinge, like turning black in the center of her palm, and it starts to spread a little bit across her palm, and then she just kind of like, and her hand freezes a little, but she appears to be able to resist the effect. But you can see that she's like really starting to get a little woozy and like can't really hold herself up, and like all the strength has just kind of gone out of her legs.
Cool. Can I pop Rick over to Leaf and just be like, Leaf? And
Yeah, I'm just gonna boogie over, and can I make a medicine check to see if this is worsening, or is it passing?
It appears to be passing as best you can see.
Okay.
It doesn't appear to be spreading further down her arm. She's kind of like instinctively grabbed one of her lockpicks and kind of like dug in a little bit and tried to get as much of the poison.
Yeah, can I
out
make a
of it.
medicine check to assist at all with that?
Sure, go for it.
Can I assist?
Sure, I'll give them advantage on that.
God bless you. Oh, that's a lot better.
You're welcome.
Yes.
DrTimes.com. My new website.
24.
The poison appears to be a variation on a traditional poison. Instead of inflicting damage, appear to be to render the person pricked unconscious. And she did appear to be able to resist the effect, but kind of progressively like pushing everything out from within her hand and separating it off and kind of tying off to prevent blood flow into the rest of her system. She is able to fully resist it with no ill effects.
Okay.
Just 1 point of damage taken from where the needle pricked her. Looking inside the chest, she kind of does fully lift the lid very, very cautiously. It's full of bones.
Sick.
Human
Oh,
bones.
for fuck's sake.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What kind of
I'm
bones?
just gonna close
Human
this.
bones.
Yeah,
Bones.
Can I take a look at the bones, see if I can determine how they died at all, or if there's any damage on
They're
them?
dead, dry,
I think
mostly very intact. But looking at them, no matter what check you make, there is no real way to determine cause of death because they're just picked clean. And that is going to be where we're going to leave things off for this week.
Dang.
I want to know if they're children bones. Can we?
No, they don't appear to be children bones.
Okay, that's something.
No, by the size of, you can see by the size of the forearms and by the size of the
Yeah.
legs, they do appear to be
Wait.
fully grown.
Do they look like doll bones?
No.
But there is a tiny bed inside the chest.
What? Filled with dolls?
Yeah.
More dolls!
Next level. So that's gonna be where we leave
Woo.
things off.
Creepy
Wow.
house. Back in the creepy
Hey,
house.
we're hanging out with
God damn.
Stella!
30. Yeah, you're welcome, Amanda. Jeez.
Dang.
The lowest roll that I rolled for Amanda's, I'm not exaggerating, was a 13, and I rolled like 20 dice.
You're keeping the tradition alive of driving other people's characters and doing insanely well with them.
Yeah.
Nope.
I can't make it
I
for the
rolled
next
a
20 seconds.
39 stealth check,
Yeah.
2 30 lockpick checks.
You rolled a 40-something, too, at some point. didn't
What?
you?
Yeah.
It's a
No,
stealth.
I
We all
actually
went
I
to the
realized
house.
it can only be a 39 because
Okay.
her modifier is only plus 3 for her dice.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Well, I'm glad that we managed to do something that we weren't supposed to be doing.
well, I mean,
Or
hey,
at least to
Well,
find
like found
way
the key
more
in the house
difficult.
somewhere.
we'll say, you know what? We'll say yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's going to be
Smashing out the
interesting
window.
to see where things go with Stella.
I don't think Stella is entirely... We are going to have to talk her around, y'all.
I know. But
Yeah.
I'm ready for
Trying
it.
very hard not to
I'm
get
kinda curious.
frustrated and threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you
I
dare.
don't think we should do that.
Don't you
All
do
right,
it, John.
Very high intimidation.
Don't you do it.
I can
Yes.
scare people into
Oh.
telling me most things.
No, I was
Oh.
saying bye. to
Oh,
you.
Oh, right, I
I
was
thought you were
like-
like, question.
Yeah,
Point of order.
that's what I thought.
Scout's honor.
Scout's
Also,
honor.
Alright.
happy birthday to Jesse's
birthday to
mom,
Jesse.
and happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday to
Jesse
Jesse.
recently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, that
all
was
of their
awesome
happy
today.
birthdays.
Went a little longer than I thought, but I was like, you know what? They're in the
Dude.
house.
Oh
That's what
shoot!
I'm
Yeah.
doing. And the light to bring us out of the darkness.
Yes.
Hey.
Well,
Awesome.
we'll see.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you back next week, theoretically.
Thanks.
I think so.
I think we're
Yeah.
all here.
I think
finally.
we're a
Next
full
week we're back
party
to
next
full
week.
strength,
Yeah.
That'll be September.
Oh yeah, that's the day after Labor Day. So we all
September
have
yeah.
3rd,
Monday.
after the long weekend.
Oh, so I hope
Labor
everyone-
Day's a thing here.
Yeah.
We labor.
We labor, and we're tired of it, so we
Yeah.
take a break.
And we spell it with a U.
That's right.
Because
Yeah.
we're proper colonials.
I was like, yeah,
And
you
on that
are.
note. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thanks so
Thanks
much
for
for watching.
tuning in.
Bye.
Mwah.
Bye.